Hello, everyone. I am so sorry. You guys are early. I am late. Usually I'm early and you guys are late. So here we are. Oh my God. Hi, how is everybody? Oh my God. Okay, let me get our chat set up so I can make sure to put this stuff all up on the thing. Happy Mondays. Yeah, today. Okay. I was helping my husband. So we have a car that has like a touch screen thing in it. Well, the lamination on the screen, I guess for these particular cars, it like just goes in and out and like doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So eventually it goes out. This is like a regular issue with them. So he's putting in a new screen to save us a bunch of money, which would be great. So I had to help him like hot glue little circuit boards. Very anxiety inducing stuff. I know I'm so late. You guys. Usually I'm early, I'm on time. Let's see who's in here. Let me go back to chat. Early first. Hi, Miranda. Hello, Mr. Pike. Miranda, let's see. I have to just clean up after themselves. Whoa. And the mother absolutely, wow, that sucks. Hello. Chad, hi, hello. Oh, now everyone gets quiet. Hello. Chad, feeling good. Literally right after your message. I'm good. How about you? Such a good mood. My back is feeling better today. No pain meds needed. Yay. Hello, everybody else. Grace, hi. Grace, I hope you are doing well. I know you've been going through a little bit of a hard time, So, hi, Missy. Hello. I hate new cars. Well, it's not a new car. It's an old car. It's a 2018. Not old, but it's older. But it's a 2018 and the screen lamination. So what happens is like the touch screen and then the screen in front of it were coming apart, and it would just be like bing, ding, 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 like as I was driving. So I would have to just turn it off. I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't use my backup camera. I couldn't use anything. So, okay. Also, guys, sweatshirts. I got to tell you, I love my sweatshirt so much. She is so great. Okay. All right. We're here. Let me tell you. Okay. So if you guys are members, I have been filming like member vlog style stuff. That'll be coming soon. If you guys want to see more personal content, more about me, become a member. You can get in the Discord. You can do that stuff. We have merch. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are old here, I love you. I am feeling so good today. We had my daughter's birthday party this weekend. Actually, we had a pouty, Pawty, because she wanted a puppy pouty. And we were all puppies, and I'll have to show you. I'll put in the Discord some pictures. I don't know where my phone is right now. But I'm getting a sweatshirt. Are they the usual sizes? I say I got a medium. She's a little tight. So you might want to size up. Maybe. Also, look at the reviews. I was surprised when I got the medium. Maybe it's just I think I'm a medium and I'm not actually a medium girl. I don't know. But anyways, so we had a puppy pouty. My family came in from Louisiana. My aunt made me some homemade jambalaya, and we just had a really amazing time. It was really, really wonderful and just a really good time. So thank you. Yes, she is 6. Hello, Ken. Hi. How tall are you? I'm 5'4". 5'4". So, yeah, 5'4". My attitude's about 6'4", but me is 5'4". So, yeah, And although I do have to say, I just washed it, feels as soft. This is fantastic. This didn't move at all. And also, it didn't shrink. So I was really happy with that too. But yes, and I do have my aunt's jambalaya recipe. Maybe one day we'll do that on a live stream on Mondays, because we just like chit chat and talk about like, some regular stuff. Like maybe we'll do, right? I was thinking about like maybe like one time I'll just do my makeup and get ready with me. One time I could make food. I made my own bread and my own butter recently. I made a honey butter and then I made a cinnamon honey butter. This bitch be churning. Okay. So yeah, it's been really, really good for me. Ordering food, please link recipe. Yeah, it's not hard. It's not the recipe that's hard. It's the way that jambalaya is cooked. You have to have like patience. You have to know there's like, I'll show you guys on stream how she does it, but there's like a level of, there's like 5 ingredients, right? It's pork, rice, chicken, sausage, green bell pepper, onion, Tony Chachere's, kitchen bouquet. I think that's it. And you use those, but you have to like, it's the finesse. Just see you churn it. I don't actually churn. I have a KitchenAid mixer, so I don't churn shit. I just put the whipping cream in there and I just churn, baby, disco inferno. I'm Irish with Cajuns in my fam. Yeah, dude. Cajun food. And then once I got that recipe and my aunt to teach me how to like make it the right way, my jambalaya is unmatched. Unmatched. All right, I'm going to put myself over here because I don't need to see myself while I'm streaming. I am going to put this up here because I don't need to see this while I'm streaming. Usually I'm all set up and like ready to go, but today is, good for you, Bacon, to have patience. Well, that's part of the problem. So when my aunt made it yesterday, the rice was perfection. When I make it, the rice is it's like a little al dente because I'm so afraid of overcooking it. Still good. Okay, let me see. All right. She's sweet to moonlight us. All right, so let me get what I'm going to talk about today. You guys are the best. I get so happy for Mondays. Mondays is like so less serioso. I like it a lot. Let's just put this. We'll put this here. We'll put the Discord. Not the Discord. We'll put OBS here. All right. Whatever. I don't need to see YouTube. I do need to see my list of things that we're doing. I finally got an ads during your live. Oh no! I know. I'm sorry. I tried to do them like slower and so that there's not as many. But the ads help. I know ads are frustrating, but it does help keep the videos going. So I appreciate you guys, getting through them. Let's see. So today what we're going to talk about is, hey, and also let's do a timestamp because we're going to start the news, actually. And what's the timestamp? What do we got right now? Where's my timestamp? 8 minutes in. 8 minutes in. Start the news. All right. Let's see what we got here. We got 2 new cases. And that's the first one ever. Interesting. We got 2 new cases. We got one out of, what do we got? Oregon, a 56-year-old man, William Glen Blake, and his 15-year-old son are charged 15 years old in the death and disposal of the man's girlfriend, 38, Jennifer Ruth Stewart. The body was found in Mountain Hood National Forest after a disappearance beginning in August. And then in Connecticut, 77-year-old George Legier, previously convicted of kidnapping, was found dead in his prison cell just weeks after being charged in a 1973 cold case murder. Let's go to that one first. Let's see here. There we are. All right. Convicted kidnapper found dead in prison cell weeks after. Let's do another timestamp here. What do we got? 9:07. And this is George Legieri. Convicted kidnapper found dead in prison cell weeks after arrest for 1973 cold case murder. George Legieri, 77, was already serving a 25-year prison sentence related to a kidnapping case when he was charged in connection with the 1973 killing of Janet Couture. So my question for cases like this is, like, if you're already serving a prison sentence and you're going to die there, like you're just going to die in prison, why not? I mean, I guess some people have said, like, if they don't admit it, right, they just hold power over these families. They still hold some sort of power over the police and these victims. And, things like that. But why not just admit it? Be like, yeah, I killed her, or I did what I did. A man behind bars shortly after he was charged in connection with the 1973 Connecticut woman's killing, which had gone cold for decades. George Laguerre, 77, was found unresponsive in his cell at McDougall Walker Correctional Institution in Suffield on the night of October 3rd and pronounced dead early the next day. Police said Laguerre fatally stabbed Couture after entering her East Hartford home through a window. A man died behind bars 2 weeks after he was charged in connection with the 1973 cold case murder of a Connecticut woman. He was found unresponsive. We just read this in his cell. After being taken to a local hospital, he was pronounced dead shortly after midnight, October 4th. His cause of death is not known at this time. The statement read, confirming that it remains under investigation by the Connecticut Department of Corrections and Connecticut State Police. Oh, so we don't know. He was just found dead. We don't know if something happened to him. We don't know the cause or the manner, really. He was 77 years old. He was already serving a 25-year prison sentence related to a kidnapping case when a warrant was issued for his arrest on September 19th in connection with the October 1973 killing of Janet Couture in East Hartford. According to statements from the Connecticut Department of Criminal Justice and the East Hartford Police Department, he was arrested behind bars on the murder charge of September 24th. Maybe he couldn't admit it because he had a mental disorder where he couldn't handle the truth, so secretly he had a dual personality. There's so many things that go. I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't speak to any of that. I am not a psychiatrist. I don't know. But some people, I mean, it's, for me, like when some people are behind bars, and they know that they're going to get life and they might be connected to other murders. Like if they are truly connected, then why not say something? I guess what is, or for people who are behind bars who really did it and they're like, I didn't do it. Why not just admit it? Like you did it. You obviously thought that somebody else's life wasn't important enough to stay on this planet. So why not just admit to it? Don't be a bitch. Just admit to what you did and give these families some peace. But maybe that's the point, right? They're so sick that they could do something like this that they don't want to give these families peace. But this is Janet. I'm sorry. Janet. Wow. She's young. Couture was home alone when Laguerre entered her home through a window and stabbed her to death, police allege. Couture's case went cold for decades until a major breakthrough came in 2021 when the Avon Police Department arrested Laguerre for kidnapping a woman in a separate 1984 cold case. While Laguerre had also been an early suspect in Couture's murder, insufficient evidence at the time prevented charges, which is so interesting. Hi, J Stuff. How are you? Which is so interesting to me. And when I had that interview with Jeff Jellison, we were talking, hi, Captain. We were talking about, it's interesting that the police will put away stuff because they know that the technology is going to change. And that's the thing. Like these cops in 1984 put this stuff away and they were like, hey, you never know. And 40 years later, something happens. That's wild. That's wild. Let's see. The kidnapping victim, whose name was not shared, was exiting her car in her apartment building parking lot in April 1984 when she was forced back into the vehicle by Laguerre. He blindfolded her with tape, tied her arms before driving her to an unlocation. He then did this. Gross. I was there when the teddy bear thingy with the robot. What? Homestar? The cheat? Is that what we're talking about? Hi, Miranda. Welcome back. After several assaults, the defendant fled, leaving the victim inside the vehicle. The victim managed to blow the horn of the vehicle to alert help. When police arrived, they found the victim in terrible condition. She was brought to a local hospital where examination kit was completed. Oh, yeah, the cheat. Yeah. Welcome back, Jay. Authorities said DNA evidence collected in the 1984 case matched a sample collected by police in relation to another case Liguri had been behind bars for in Massachusetts. Also, his description matched the one victim gave to police. It's not Timu Pikachu. And yes, we are talking about Homestar Runner. God bless it, Mr. Pike. Liguri was found guilty. Oh, and this is who this piece of shit is. So, we don't care. Liguri was found guilty of first-degree kidnapping in May of 2023 and sentenced in the following month. As far as his arrest related to Couture's killing, Mac S. Hawkins called it a significant step towards justice for her family, who have waited 52 years for closure. Which, I mean, her parents, well, maybe not. Her parents might still be alive. My grandparents are alive. So, we are committed to pursuing justice in every case, no matter how much time has passed. For the Couture family, this is especially significant, and we hope it brings some measure of peace. So, I have to tell you, I would really like to get involved in cold cases, however I could do that. I have to sneeze. Okay. Anybody else? All right, great. I would really, I mean, I don't know what I could do, but if I could do research, if I could do anything to get involved in, because and we don't have the resources, right? And there's a lot of crime, and they have to do, you know, the first 48 hours is crucial, and then it's, you know, I don't know. I just, if I could be helpful in any sort of way, I would really like to do that. Why am I getting the idea, chat? Is mommy's hubby? Who? So it doesn't sound like something else. What? Homestar Runner? Bro dabbed. I did dab. I dabbed the bless. Thank you. Thank you. All of a sudden, my allergies. Is there something in here? I don't know. It was. It was very Kung Fu Panda sneeze. But yeah, with like cold cases and stuff, like if there was something that I could do, like interview, or not interviews, but like research, or I don't even know. I would love to just be a part of something that helps get closure for families. I think that would be incredible. And I'd like to use my platform to do that. All right, let's look at the second case that I had pulled up. So this is another one out of Captain. Are you the one who corrected me? Oregon. 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 How do we? I always say it, and then people always correct me. How does one say Oregon? All right. William Glenn Blake here. Blake. Oh, that's not where I need to type that. I need to type it in here. Maybe a video interview would be cool instead of directly in person. What do you mean? An interview for what? I'm as high as a giraffe. Jesus. All right. Hold on. William Blake. All right. Let's write this down. Oregon. I feel like, Captain, I feel like you're setting me up for straight failure. I feel like you're setting me up. You're doing me dirty. Oregon. Oregon. We're going to call it Oregon. Oregon. Let's really piss the people off. Hi, Firefly. How are you? No, Chad. God damn it, Miranda. Miranda, you was silly. All right, here we go. Let's see. Me and screen. Here we go. All right. Man allegedly killed girlfriend, then dumped her remains in a forest with the help of his 15-year-old son. What a bonding experience. A man and his teenage son have been charged in connection with the death of a woman in Oregon. On Thursday, October 23rd, detectives from Clackamas County Sheriff's Office and the Oregon City Police Department arrested William Glen Blake, 56, for the alleged murder of his girlfriend Jennifer Ruth Stewart, 38, per a news release shared by the CCSO on Friday, October 24th. If you fail, we all fail together. Yeah, the problem with interviewing like a killer or a serial killer is, are you just giving them more of what they want? I would much rather talk to the victim's family. I don't know. I don't know if I could patiently talk to a murderer without being like, you're a piece of shit. The fuck? Like, you know, put me in a room with Lori Daybell and just let me roast her for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Blake has since been charged with the murder in the second degree, abuse of corpse, unlawful use of a weapon, and tampering with evidence. He is currently being held without bail. Authorities additionally arrested Blake's 15-year-old son for his role in allegedly moving Stewart's remains, per the release. He was taken into custody on charges of abuse of a corpse and tampering with physical evidence. The teen's name has not been released by authorities at this time. Investigators believe that Blake killed Stewart on August 15th at their shared residence in Oregon City. Her body was eventually discovered September 1st in Mount Hood National Forest. In an update on Saturday, investigators had also spoken to Blake's 17-year-old son in relation to the alleged crime. Oh, and then this is Jennifer. That's where I got it mixed up, because I was like, where did I get Jennifer from? You don't grasp what sort of interview. It would be a very pointed conversation. It would. It should. But this is Jennifer Ruth Stewart. This is the victim. People reached out to CCSO and the Oregon City Police Department for comment on October 26th, but did not receive an immediate response. She was a good girl, but she was in a better place, I guess, Stewart's friend Mike Cheney told local Fox affiliate. When I found out, it hit me in my stomach. It hurt. Why do we have to lose the good ones when there are so many bad people out there? Yeah. Yeah. Take the scuzz. That's sad. You know what I really want to talk about with you guys, because Monday is kind of a play date. It's not true crime. But, you know, it's funny because I talk a lot about true crime on my channel. I was never supposed to be true crime focused. Like, it's just kind of the trajectory that my life went. Why do I feel like mommy still didn't get my drift? No, wait, sort of. Like, yeah, it would be a very pointed interview, and you would, why are you talking about stabbing them? What are we talking about? I'm so confused. But anyways, my channel was never originally supposed to be true crime focused. That's just how we landed here. It's just where we got. And then I was like, hey, I might be able to do some good in the world. I don't know. So anyways, there is something that I want to talk about that has come across my feed. My sister has told me about this, and it is wild. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. There is a girl, put a 1 in the chat if you know this story. There is a girl named Kira Cousins. Let's put a timestamp in here so that the people know what I'm talking about. So let's 2403 Kira Cousins. Maybe we'll touch on RawBeautyKristi stuff today. But there's a girl named Kira Cousins who allegedly faked cancer, also allegedly faked a pregnancy, had a fake baby, and then killed said fake baby. So let's talk about it. Here's Bose versus the World. Yeah, let's watch her video about it. I'd really like to, I'd like to react to her video, and we'll, let me see, me and screen, we'll do that. Hold on one second. I'd really like to know more about this. This is Bose versus the World. Oh, she's got 1.2 million subscribers. Okay, cool. So people like her stuff. And yeah, let's listen to it.
Imagine that your 22-year-old daughter-in-law has just come out and said that she is pregnant. This is a really big moment. You know, you kind of like her. Her name's Kiara. She's okay, you know, but above all, your son has decided, okay, she's pregnant. We're going to have a baby. I'm going to be a dad. Let's do this. And the whole family is on board. You even decide to hold a gender reveal party for Kira and your son. Everything's going well. In fact,
you know, and the first thing that I want to talk about is like with people like this who are like, oh, I'm going to fake a pregnancy and then I'm going to have a fake baby. I would just like to ask her, like, do you think further? Like, how did you think this was going to end? Or are you just in the moment like, hey, I'm collecting all these cool gifts. People are having parties for me. Like, where is the thought process?
You guys even got her a $1,000 stroller. And finally, the date comes.
$1,000 stroller. Goddamn.
The child is born. Her name is Bonnie Lee, and she's not as healthy as we would have hoped. Bonnie Lee, unfortunately, has a heart defect. And because of this, Kiara is very, very, very protective of her new baby. You understand. I mean, eventually you're hoping, can I please hold, you know, my granddaughter? Like, I'll be very careful. And Kiara's like, no, 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 no. Never. Well, one day, eventually, your son finally gets to hold baby Bonnie Lee, and it's just for a very short period of time. Kiara just can't handle it. With her health problems, she needs the baby back. So, you know, days go on since Bonnie Lee has come home, and nobody's really been near her. But she's a good baby. You know, she never cries, she sleeps through the night, and the new parents are managing well. But it's only the first week. Finally, on the 6th day, you decide, well, this is my granddaughter. I just need to hold her. I just need to see her. I need to know that she's okay. And you decide to peek in the crib of little Bonnie Lee. And you just want to see her feet moving, see her breathing, and see that she's okay. But you realize Bonnie Lee is not breathing. She's not alive. And that's because Bonnie Lee is a silicone doll. Okay, when I first heard this story, I mean, we've heard of people faking pregnancies for the course of the pregnancy. Some even go as far, look, this is a true crime channel usually, and we cover a lot of female killers.
She's true crime? I have never heard of this girl. I don't know. I got to start watching her. I like her. She's cute.
Some people even go as far as to steal a baby after their due date. I mean, look, those stories have come up before, but I don't think I have ever seen somebody try to pass off a fake baby as being real and being alive. It's like, how
That's
long?
the thing. I mean, she had one of those like reborn dolls that is supposed to look like a real baby. And I like, it just doesn't make any sense. I was hoping she would have, yeah. So it's like, hold on, where is it? Like this. I don't want to take her whole, what Bacon really wants to talk about is today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is all of you guys, because we are not sponsored yet. But hold on, let me see. I don't want to take all of her, like react to the whole thing, because that's not fair. So if you guys want to go and see her video, it's Bose versus the World. I have not seen her channel, but she is the first one that comes up when you type in Kira Cousins for the babies. But let's see. Let's go. This is, what is this? The Daily Star? Oh yeah. Yeah, prime reporting right here. This is the baby. So this girl was like, I don't know, I gotta tell you, even in this picture, I'm like, that's a fake baby. Right? That's a fake baby. Who saw a picture of this and was like, that's a real baby? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know anything about her. I've never seen her videos until today. Before using a reborn doll, Kira took snaps on her Facebook friend's daughter and pretended the photos were of her own child. That's not a doll. Kira called her first baby Aurora Ray. So she had more babies? All right, so here she is with her fake bump. Yeah, that's a reborn doll. All right, Miranda, I'll keep that in mind because I don't ever want to support that kind of rhetoric. Here's her baby gender reveal. I mean, she could have fooled me with this. I would have thought she was pregnant for sure. Bro, that's a fake baby. I have a bridge to sell you. Whoa, what happened? Back to the start. A woman accused of faking a pregnancy and passing off a doll as a baby is said to have pulled a similar stunt in the past, using photos of someone else's child. Kira Cousins, 22, sparked outrage by allegedly using a fake bump to fool. Allegedly? Was she pregnant or not? She even hosted a baby shower before pretending to give birth and showing off plastic reborn doll as her daughter, Bonnie Lee. Was nobody at the hospital when she gave birth? The bogus mom from Airdrie, Scotland, is also said to have shared fabricated hospital updates and thrown a gender reveal party to announce that her baby would be a girl, even posting photos of gifts, including a $1,000 pram. So the thing is, for me, is like, yeah, people do weird stuff for views, but but here's the thing. Like, we've seen people fake cancer, we've seen people fake pregnancies, but to like go to the extra nth degree, that's wild. So this is the other thing in news for just like people being shits on the internet. The woman said she felt sick after seeing the messages, revealed that her partner spotted their daughters on pictures, questioning if Cousins had fabricated another pregnancy. Yeah. So that's Kira Cousins. Although I do have to say, one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about, because this is really kind of not like weighing on me because it's not personal, but there's a beauty influencer that is having a controversy right now. And there's a lot of things that kind of bother me about it. And I want to talk to you guys about it. And we're going to see how that goes. So let's see, 3228. We're going to talk about RawBeautyKristi. And we're going to watch her video. So let me give you a little lowdown on RawBeautyKristi. I used to watch her a lot. I used to be a big fan of hers, like way back in the day. She was a longtime YouTuber, and she was great. She was great. I stopped watching her and I stopped subscribing to her because she got to a place where she had millions of subscribers. She was getting sponsors all the time. She was doing collaborations with makeup companies. And I understand people who are like, little old me, not me. But then she was like also crying poor and about how like, well, I don't have the private jets that everybody else has, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I hate this. Like, I cannot stand when people are like, I'm poor. And it's like, you have a sponsored video every other video. You have 1 million subscribers. I know what I make in money, and I only have 14,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, I know what you're making. I know the AdSense that you're making a month. Like, and back then when it was subscribers that mattered, then it was, she was making a shit ton of money. That's why I unsubscribed. And we're talking about RawBeautyKristi. We're going to watch her video right now. Then all of a sudden, she started going down this, mom, and, she was doing mom content, and she was doing sort of family content, and she was doing homesteading content and all this stuff. Her life changed. Our lives evolve. That's what happens. As content creators, sometimes your lives evolve and you move, on to, other things, and that's okay. And that's what she did too. And, but then there was a thing where they're like, hey, you're in a parade with this woman who's holding a sign that's "Don't mess with our kids," which is an anti-trans like organization and hate rhetoric. And then she just like never says anything. And you're just like, okay, like maybe she's just like, you know what? I don't know. I don't owe anybody an explanation. Okay. But then she waits a year and a half and she comes out with this video the other day. And I think we should talk about it because I want to talk about it. And I tried filming a video about it. And then my video died and it was corrupt. And I went to go upload it and like the file just corrupted. And I was like, well, that's the universe telling me not to do that. But I was like, oh, I can talk about it on live and do that. Let's see. Oh, we got a troll in here. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about RawBeautyKristi, beauty guru. She's going to give us her side of the story. I'm going to interject with what I think. And then, thank you, Fox Only. And then, we're just going to get to everything.
Don't just take classes.
And then talk about, sorry. And then talk about it, just to see how we feel. And it sucks. I have to say I've watched this video once before when I was reacting to it like the first time. And it just sucks because I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed for her viewers. I'm disappointed for herself as a content creator. I'm disappointed, like just all around. So disappointed. But anyways, all right, so let's get to it. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning, and we are going to react to RawBeautyKristi's video. Oh.
On a piece about conservative social media content aimed at women and girls. I'm focusing on how various beauty YouTube influencers have become associated with what some people would call alt-right pipelines, content that falls into an algorithmic pathway that can lead to more extreme conservative views. Kristi is mentioned as one example of a beauty guru who has been scrutinized for posting so-called crunchy content about things like homeschooling and homesteading, two genres that extremism researchers have identified as potential entry points to alt-right pipelines. It also notes that online sleuths linked an anti-public school, religious, fundamentalist mission statement to the homeschooling co-op Kristi shared content about. Please let me know if you have any questions. I have so many questions. Do you understand that the world does not revolve around you and you do whatever it takes, ruin as many people's lives as you can, just so long as you can make a name for yourself as an investigatory journalist, no matter how many friends you lose or people you leave dead, bloody, and dying along the way, just so long as you can make a name for yourself as an investigatory journalist, no matter how many friends you lose or people you leave dead and bloody and dying along the way. Picture this. I'm at a 4th of July.
Okay, so let's start with this. I understand that sarcasm and satire is like her shtick, right? Like that's her thing. That's what she does in her videos. When you're coming out to a bunch of people who are like, hey, are you against trans rights? And she comes off with this at the top of the video. I'm like, not the time or the place. Somebody said it was a Zoolander quote. I don't know if it is. I don't know this quote. I'm not sure I've ever seen Zoolander, but at 2 times speed, she's comical. Is she at 2 times speed? Wait. No, I have it at 1.25. I'll put it at normal. But anyways, like I just, as a viewer and you're coming off like this, it just seems like I don't give a shit about this. I don't give a shit about you. I don't give a shit about what you feel. This is all funny. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's immediately sets me off. Like just, it gives me the ick immediately off the bat. So Miranda, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. People say she is. People say she's not. We'll talk about it at the end of the video.
I prayed. I'm having fun with my kid. We're walking. We're throwing candy. He has a little bit of a fit because candy's over with. A few days later, I get a DM from a subscriber and she's like, hey, you're being canceled. And I'm like, oh my God, again? And so I go and look up what I'm being canceled for, and lo and behold, I am now the president, the CEO, if you will, of an alt-right, anti-LGBTQ, Proud Boy Nazi homeschool cult. And I didn't even have to apply. I just became CEO for things I wasn't even aware of. But, I became aware. I became well aware over the next few months of my life. It was a time. It was a time to be me, to be criticized on podcasts, drama channels, TikTok, of being a...
So the first thing I have to say is if somebody came out and they were like, hey, you're being canceled, like you might want to check this out, it doesn't look great. And I'd be like, all right, let me go look at it. And somebody was like, you are anti whatever. Yeah, Mr. Pike, just boot him at this point. We're cool. Not even take a break. Just let him go. So if you were to come to me and be like, hey, you're being canceled, this is what's being said about you, and they aligned me with a trans hate group, I would be like, holy shit. I don't think you need to come out and make an entire video about it, but you could come out and say and be like, hey guys, you know, I know that you guys saw this. This is absolutely not true. I have whatever. And she said nothing. This all came out. They aligned her with these hate groups, and she came out with nothing. She was like, the best thing I could do is say nothing. And yeah, then she decides to come out a year and a half later and say this.
Right-wing fundamentalist Christian anti-LGBTQ homeschool cult leader. You know, I just gotta say, it was harrowing, if nothing else. I can laugh about this now.
Also, the other thing is too, I stand very firmly in my beliefs of human rights, and that is absolutely something that I would want to address. If somebody was able to put pictures together to align me with an anti-trans group, it's not even about addressing it to make sure that everybody knows. It's also the fact that I stand so firmly 10 toes down in the fact that human rights should be for everybody that I would be like, I don't fucking play with these groups. Wouldn't you want to come out and say that?
Sure wasn't funny a year ago. Now it's just one of the most ridiculous. Like, when looking back on it, I can sit here and be like, dude, this is the most wild, fabricated, made up, bizarre, twisted fiction novel. It's like I never could have imagined.
So then come out and say something. People do Instagram notes, apologies. People do all sorts of shit. I just don't understand why it was so hard a year and a half ago to come out and just say anything. Really? I mean, it's not that hard to be like, I don't align myself with these groups. And she chose to say absolutely nothing, which is wild to me because if you truly believe in what you believe in, like, don't you want to stand against that? Yeah, I don't know. I struggle with this one. I really do struggle with this one, but we'll go through the video.
It getting this far, and yet I'm right in the center of it, and they're still writing articles about it a year later. And so
they're writing articles about it. And here's the bottom line too. She has 1 million subscribers. And you also have to, out of that 1 million people, well, first and foremost, she's in the beauty community, okay? The people in the beauty community, you are building your brand, okay? You are building your beauty community off the backs of the gay community, off the backs of drag queens, off the backs of the trans community. You have all those people inside of you can't tell me within 1 million people, okay, you don't have a large LGBTQIA plus community in there with you. So the thing is whether it's important or not to you, it might be important to your community. And I'm trans bacon. People do it all the time. Well, the thing is, though, don't you want to address it for your community also? And just say, like, listen, I don't align with this. I don't stand with this. It's as simple as that. And she's like, people are still writing stuff a year and a half later. Yeah, because it's still important to the people in your community as well. Those people want to know where you align. They want to know where you align as a creator because they want to know if they should support you or not. But, and I will bring this up because as a creator myself, there have been certain points where people have asked me things, and I'm like, I don't know anybody a fucking explanation about anything. I am a separate person. Bacon Bears is her own entity. She is her own person. She is her own entity. She is online. And my real self is my own person. I don't owe anybody an explanation about anything. However, when it comes to certain things, for me, there are certain things that I would want to explain. Like if somebody came out and was like, do you align with this group? I'd be like, hell no. Hell no. But that's a question too. Do content creators owe their audiences explanations? And that's like a fine line of what is owed and what isn't owed.
So I'm going to set the record straight in today's video. I'm going to set the record fully and clearly straight so that you guys can know without a shadow of a doubt where I stand on all of this and why I have not responded until now.
I find it interesting also too, this might just be nitpicking, but I find it interesting also too that she is doing this while wearing a cross necklace. Also, you know, the video's fully curated. She's got her background. She's got her makeup on. She's got the lights on. Like, she never just came out and was like, hey, guys, this doesn't mean I'm not with this group. I don't, you know, whatever. She could have nipped this in the butt immediately.
Explain to you first what actually happened so I can set the scene of how this actually went down and how you can understand how I was absolutely blindsided by these really, really sane accusations that come from a place of absolute reality. July 4th, 2024. We decided to go to our local small town parade. It's a tiny little parade that they do every year for the 4th of July. I've been to it every year since I was born, essentially. And it's just a little parade with fire trucks and ponies and candy tossing. I did it before I had a kid. I'm doing it now. It's just pretty darling. My sister was a part of a homeschool co-op, and their little homeschool co-op was doing a float in the parade. After being canceled and absolutely being dragged over the hot coals for this, I realized that people don't really know what a homeschool co-op is.
No. And this is where this bothers me, because she really just tries to deflect. This has nothing to do with the homeschool co-op. And she'll go on to explain there are so many homeschool co-ops. It was about the mission statement of this particular homeschool co-op. And it says they want to get hi Thomas, they want to get the kids out of the school system. They want to get them away from the perverseness of the public school system and all these different things. And here's the thing. There's also, plausible deniability, because she wanted to do this for her sister and for her niece, which is fine. But then when somebody starts aligning you with this, God bless it. Sorry, guys. My screen's just going nuts right now. That's okay, Mr. Pike. I tried to get rid of him, and then I had to pop in my chat and whatever. But anyways, she was saying that she was doing this for her sister and her niece, which is fine. But if somebody's like, hey, this homeschool is pretty hateful, you're not going to look into that, especially as a creator who has 1 million followers. You're not going to be like, maybe I should do some research.
I'm just going to give you the brief definition of what it is so you can understand real quick that they're normal and this isn't the only one, contrary to popular belief.
Hi, Astro.
A homeschool co-op is basically when...
She says this isn't the only one. Contrary to popular belief, this is not the only homeschool co-op that there is. This is the only one that you've been attached to. So in terms of this subject, it's the only one that matters.
A bunch of parents get together and homeschool their kids together. There isn't like a set teacher. There isn't a set type of person that goes to a homeschool co-op. It's just people that want to homeschool their kids, but they don't want to do it alone.
And she could also say, listen, my sister and my niece needed a place to go. I wanted to give that to them. I didn't know what the homeschool was about. I do not align myself with the mission of this homeschool, but my sister and my niece needed a place to go. And the thing is, your audience just wants to know who you sit with at the table. That's all. I got to tell you, I have family members. We couldn't be on further ends of the planet. We could not. I'm going to disagree openly. But it's hard to separate from family. I completely understand. But when she goes out to explain, and she's going to explain it this way and be like, well, it's just a little homeschool and there's other homeschools and and you know what, Miranda, I got to tell you, I'm starting to see it your way now.
Their home. So they go to a place and they do it together. Sometimes there's like Montessori ones. Sometimes there's Waldorf school ones. Sometimes there's just Christian homeschool co-ops. Atheist homeschool, it doesn't matter. It's a little mishmash. That's what a homeschool co-op is. Just setting the stage so you understand what's about to come up. My sister was working with this little homeschool co-op and they were running it out of their little church. And the church had to move buildings. So the little homeschool co-op had nowhere to have their schooling.
Which is fine.
Because the church was no longer going to be open while they were switching buildings. They had nowhere to go. And my niece was part of the homeschool co-op. And so I was like, well, if you guys can't find a place, if you don't find anywhere that's free, you guys are welcome to use my gazebo. I have a gazebo outside. We've done harvest parties in it. I've had a wedding in it. We do stuff in it all the time. Like it's the place where we host events. They needed a place that was free. Nowhere else was free. So they came to my gazebo and we made it out of like a little forest school. Now, there is a big misconception going around that number one, I was building a school on my property, which is what a lot of people said, that I was building an anti-LGBTQ homeschool. We'll get to that in a minute.
Thanks, guys. For some reason, I've lost my chat. I tried to get my chat in here and now I can't. So I've lost it. Whatever. We're going to continue to go. Sorry.
Was the leader of a homeschool. But I need to just say one thing. My kid doesn't go to school yet. He's this many. So it was
Which,
just...
again, is completely understandable. If her son doesn't go to school and her sister's like, hey, I need somewhere to do this homeschool, and she doesn't know about it, like, yeah, just come do your homeschool here, right? Like, there's no way for her to know that there's like any sort of nefarious doings. But when somebody comes online and is like, hey, this sounds fucked up, I think you have an obligation to look into it and be like, oh, yeah, I don't align with that. I do not align with the mission from the school. It is not, it's not hard to do that. All right, let me see if I can get my chat to work.
Me letting my sister use a building for the homeschool co-op. The only way I contributed to this homeschool co-op is, number one, allowing it to be out in my gazebo, and it was absolutely darling. I just have to say, these kids are so cute. And getting a porta potty for them so that they had a place to go to the bathroom so they didn't have to come in and out all day. So they were here for like May and half of April. And that was pretty much it. And then school like ended in June, and that was it. And it was just darling. I can't stress it enough. It's so cute. Fast forward. It's 4th of July. We're going to our little hometown parade. We're having a good old time. My son sees that his auntie is there, and auntie has something that he loves. Candy. And she's throwing the candy in the parade. So he was like, can I do that with her? And I was like, yeah, sure, of course. Who cares? Like, I couldn't care less. We showed up to the parade in his Avengers t-shirt. The little homeschool co-op that had a float in the parade had a bunch of extra t-shirts that they had made for the kids, and he wanted to look like the other kids in the parade, so he put on one of the t-shirts. I know it sounds like this is really sinister, but sometimes things just are this simple. He tosses on one of the little t-shirts, and it was a really hateful t-shirt. It was super hateful. It said joy, peace, and righteousness.
See, and I can't stand that either when it's like, oh, it said joy, peace, and righteousness. Like, you're such an idiot to think this way. Okay. When you're being aligned with a group like this, who uses and weaponizes consistently the Bible, I love, it says Romans 14:1 on it, which is whatever. It probably joy, righteousness, and peace. Yeah, it sounds great. Not when it's walking in a parade next to somebody that's like, don't mess with our kids, and nobody's messing with your kids. Nobody cares. Okay? She did house the homeschool for a few months on her property. And she says that, I had nothing to do with the homeschool other than she allowed it to be on her property, which is whatever. She didn't put her kid in it. And but when people are aligning you, again, she could have just come out and had said, like, I didn't look too far into it, right? My sister's in this homeschool. I love her. I don't attend to this homeschool. I didn't look further than they could come on to my property.
It was evil. And
you can't, and that's the thing. Yes, it was so evil, righteousness and whatever. Listen, I watched Kristi for a long time. This on my screen right now is a smart woman. She is a smart woman, and you cannot be smart and play dumb at the same time. It might have been innocent when he was wearing the shirt, but when people start calling you out and then you come out 2 years later and you make a video like this and you're like, oh my God, it was such a terrible shirt, and satire and sarcasm, are you the only person on the planet that doesn't understand that people weaponize the Bible for these specific reasons?
He threw candy for all of 7 minutes in the parade. Zach put him up on his shoulders. He tossed candy, mostly ate the candy. And then when it was time to keep walking, he had an absolute meltdown, sobbed his face off, and we left.
We'll get you some. We'll get some, dude. Don't worry.
It's okay, baby. Mommy's here.
Ads. Sorry, friends. Why is she even bringing it on her property? Because her sister and her niece needed a place to go because the church had stopped and shut it down. Or the church was getting rebuilt or something like that. So she was hosting it. And I would do that too. Like if my sister was like, hey, I got a host, like, could you do that? Yeah, whatever. Fine. Come do it. And then if my viewers were like, yo, this homeschool thing that you're doing, what's up? Well, I'd be like, well, let me look into this homeschool. And then I'd be like, no, wait a minute. Me and my sister do not hold the same views. I am not aligned with this. I did not know. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if she knew at that time, though. I really don't. And I can't say that. I can't speculate because I don't know if she knew at the time. For some reason, my chat is broken. What the fuck? I don't know if she knew. But Google is free. And she could have known at any time after that. Am I Christian? Boy, is that a loaded question. I was born and raised Catholic. Okay. I was born and raised Catholic. I believe in God or the universe or there's something bigger than us. I do not align with what the Catholics teach. I do not align with what they preach. I have a lot of differing views. So I'm more of a spiritual human being now than I am Catholic. But I was born and raised Catholic. What do you mean it's a straight up question? Or am I Christian? No. No, I'm not. I don't go to church or... So I'm agnostic? No, I don't have a religion. I believe in something. I believe in the universe. Do I believe that it's like a God? I don't know. I don't know. Do I believe that there's something out there bigger than us? Yes. But I was born and raised Catholic, and you know, my spiritual journey and my religious journey has evolved from my entire life. I've gone through communion, I've gone through confirmation. But no, am I a Christian? Am I a Catholic? No, I don't. No. I don't have a religion. That's being agnostic. I thought agnostic is like, I don't know if there's something out there, but also I don't care. I don't know. My husband's an atheist, so I don't fucking know. I don't know. She's part of the Church of Bacon. I am. Hi, Carl. How are you?
Gave him a nap. He was tired.
And but also, if I am Christian, I mean, I have to ask you, though, if I am Christian, would that upset you? Because I have to tell you, like, I have people in my family who are Christians, Catholics, wonderful human beings, and also align with the fact that they can, you know, be Catholic or be Christian and still believe that other people should be able to live the lives that they want to live and be happy. You know, it depends.
And then went to the carnival and had a really lovely rest of the day. And that is the day that I formed a cult, and everything changed that day because
I mean, we're 7 minutes into this, and like, it's all just been kind of a joke, which is funny because it's a joke to her, but I'm sure it's not a joke to the trans community inside of her community who have supported her for so long and wants to know where she sits.
Because I became a cult leader. It was a sight to behold. So I get home, everything's fine. The next few days are all good. And then I get a DM from one of my followers saying, hey, there's a post about you on Reddit. I don't know if it's true, but it looks pretty bad. And I was like, holy shit, what did I do this time? Just blown away at the accuracy of this post. I mean, they couldn't have been more accurate. They really nailed me. They really got me. They got my whole personality in one post.
I feel like she's like, they really nailed me. Were you going to finish with to the cross? Kristi.
Evil, a liar, and a cult leader. And so I thought today I would tell you how I became those things. What happened was the homeschool co-op that was walking in the parade, apparently one of the moms had a sign of an organization that I apparently run, that I had never heard of, called Don't Mess With Our Kids. So the sign apparently that she was holding said, don't mess with our kids. And she was walking in front of the parade. We were walking in the back.
No. Oh, I'm going to wait for this one. Hold on.
That's how it happened. That's the moment. That's the moment I became
Hi,
a transphobic cult leader. And it's a simple way to get a job. It's a simple way, but a very effective way. And so what actually happened was that was what happened. So I didn't see the sign or know anything about it, but I did, and I'm alive.
Okay. And she's going to say that this was another mom who was in the homeschool co-op. This is where I start to have an issue with this, and this is where I start to break it down, okay? Don't mess with our kids. Here's what this is right here when you look at this. Don't mess with our kids. And this is hervoicemovement.com. Don't mess with our kids. Our nation is in a crisis. Families are being ripped apart at the seams by an agenda determined to sexualize our kids. Enough is enough. Mama bears across the nation are rising up to join Don't Mess with Our Kids movement and pray, fast, and stand with their families. Okay? It took me 2 seconds to pull that up. Exactly 2 seconds. So let's just say you were in the parade, okay? You're walking with your kid, you're having some candy, good times, okay? Then somebody holds up a sign in front of you. You don't see it. Okay, great. That's great. Fine. Still in the parade. You guys are having a good time. You go home. You see this picture. Somebody's like, hey, Kristi, this looks fucked up. And you're like, she's an autonomous human being with her own thoughts and her own opinions, and that's her own sign. There's no part of you that comes out and be like, I am not aligned with this shit, period. Period. And that's the other thing. People want to know who sits at your table, okay? And you're like, she has her own autonomous opinion, and she's a mom in the homeschool group. She's a mom in the homeschool co-op that you host on your property, okay? And you're just like, well, she's got her own opinions. This is obviously a person who believes in her opinions so much that she's willing to hold a sign. Yay! We're talking about RawBeautyKristi. Guys, Baby Ham is here.
I texted you and asked if I could come in, and then you never answered, so I decided to ask for forgiveness instead of
Yeah, no, Baby Ham is here. We're talking about RawBeautyKristi. You're going to have to put on some headphones, though. So here, take my in-ears. Lil Ham's going to join us.
Did you see my shirt?
I did. Let me get this set up real quick.
Do you have earwax?
Of course. Sorry. You could use these, but... Little Ham's here, everyone. If you guys don't know who Little Ham is, if you're new here, she is my little sister. Yeah. She is my little sister, and she is going to be in here with us. Hooray, Little Ham. Hi, El Jacad. All right, let me see if I can get you all set up here, and then we'll tear apart Kristi together. And you can give me yours. You can give me your opinion, and yeah, Canadian bacon. Hello, Little Ham. Hold on, let me get her all set up. This was just me. Let's see. Add video capture. Where is this? Add video capture. Oh, there she is. All right. There you are, my little angel. And if you guys haven't noticed, she's also wearing her merch. Merch. All right, we'll put you. Okay, we'll put you here, and then we'll move me way over here. Look at us. All right, and then we're going to have the conversation about RawBeautyKristi. Those headphones, though, chef's kiss. Thank you. But yes, we both have our Can't Drive This Vulva sweatshirts on.
Is this supposed to be this loud?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. They look great, though. Is that okay? All right, it's going to be great. So, okay, so we're talking about RawBeautyKristi. We just got to the point where she's like, you know, somebody in the parade held this sign that's like, don't mess with our kids, which is an anti-trans organization. And she's like, but she's her own person with her own ideas, but she's allowing this woman at her house. So my theory is like, you are allowing this woman in your house who feels so inclined to hold a sign at a parade about anti-trans rhetoric. Okay, then.
Liar. No, I've never heard of this organization before.
And that's the other thing. She's never heard of this organization. You have a fucking supercomputer in your hand. It's not hard. Google is free.
Did you say she was like the CEO?
She said turn your mic on. There you go. She said she was like, I'm the CEO. She was like making it a joke the whole time.
And that's that. So the mom that chose to hold the sign, that was her belief, obviously. It's not the school that did it. It's not that the homeschool co-op all has the same beliefs. I need you to know some things. Some of the moms that came to the...
She could have just said right here, too, like, that's not my belief. That's her belief.
Wait, I'm just so confused because aren't they all like together as a group?
Yes.
So wouldn't they?
Well, and then she's like, I'm in a parade, and we all know how parades work. Okay, each one has a separate section. Each one, you have like all sorts of different groups. So these people got into this parade and were holding up anti-trans signs, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna walk with you too. She claims though it was just the homeschool, and she never had any idea what was happening.
I think she's making it worse for herself by talking.
Yeah. Well, and also this happened a year and a half ago, and everybody was like, hey, are you going to fucking say something? And then she comes out a year and a half later. Do you know what the Streisand effect is?
No.
So the Streisand effect is when you talk about something maybe small and it just blows it out of fucking proportion. So the thing is, like, why talk about it now?
Maybe like she needs the views.
Maybe I should do it.
I'm serious. Maybe maybe her channel's like crashing and she just like needs the money. So,
well,
just think about it. You've already watched this video like 3 times.
Yeah, just to take my notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like think about all the other people. Like if it's going around like TikTok and stuff, like she's like her video is gonna like have way more views than anything else she could post right now.
Eljekad says often people make things worse for themselves by talking.
That's what I'm saying.
Me every day. Me every day.
The vitamin incident.
The homeschool co-op, you could call charismatic Christians. Some of them.
What's a charismatic Christian?
I have no idea. I've never once heard that in my life. A charismatic. What does charismatic mean?
Well, charismatic would mean like the way she says it is like over the top.
That
hold signs like don't mess with our kids. Some of them
are charismatic Christians who hold signs that say don't mess with our kids. So what you're saying is some people in that group who are on your land in this homeschool co-op are people who are like charismatic Christians, right? So like people who are whatever, and you could be in your beliefs and also like just let other people live, but also feel so inclined to...
What are we like declaring a charismatic Christian?
That's a great point. What is a charismatic Christian?
Like, I feel like that could be different for everyone.
Pull it like up to your mouth. But it could be. It could be. But I just find it funny that she's like a charismatic Christian who holds a don't mess with our kids. That's okay. You can pull it. Just pull it and move it how it's comfortable for you.
But then it falls.
Are people in good front, are good in front of people and kind of known in their crowd?
Wait, I don't understand how this is going to stay.
I don't know. Just try. Rage views are the views, I guess. I mean, and you do have to understand like how, sorry for the... You do have to kind of understand like how AdSense works, right? So AdSense is going to be coming up here in December. Like we always have AdSense, but it'll be worth more in December. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is.
What is AdSense?
AdSense is like what you get paid per view.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that has to be like, because also like I'm chronically on my phone and I've never once heard of anything that's happened about her until now.
Right. Which is interesting because she's like, I didn't want to make it worse, and then is now making it worse. So that's a good point. And maybe it is for the views. Maybe it is for the views. I don't know. That is the $1 million question.
But then it's like, what happens
Tara.
after she talks about it?
Honestly, after this video, nothing good.
Exactly. That's why it's like.
Yeah, I don't believe that anything good comes from her making this video because of the way that she did it. And she could have come out a year later and been like, you know what, guys, I really didn't know how to address this. Like, I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure that I got it right. Like, I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was doing right by my community. And then instead she comes out and she's like, you don't care how many people you're leaving bloody, dead, and dying, and bloody, and dead, and dying, and bloody, and bloody, and dying, and bloody.
We all bleed red.
ChatGPT tells me a charismatic Christian is a believer within Christianity who emphasizes the active presence and power of the Holy Spirit in the life of the church and the individual.
I could declare myself a charismatic Christian then. So I just don't understand.
I don't understand it. Well, you're not holding anti-trans
Well, no, I know, but I'm
signs.
saying, is that what makes you a charismatic Christian?
I don't know. Dead, bloody, and dying, and bloody, and dead, bloody, and dying. Okay.
And don't even believe in Jesus. They just come to the homeschool co-op, which was, I would call, a Christian homeschool co-op, but some people just like their kids to be in that setting. I don't make the rules.
I have to tell you, I would never like my kid to be in a setting with a woman who would so proudly stand in a fucking parade with an anti-trans sign. Also, she's got a 4-year-old kid, right? Your kids, they don't know who the fuck they are. They're just little kids. If your kid decided at some point, they're like, hey, you know, I'm trying to figure myself out. I'm trying to do all these things. Is that a woman that you want your child around?
Yeah.
Also, I mean, my daughter, she's 6 and my son is going to be 9. And, you know, for the most part, as of right now, their gender or whatever they're doing is, you know, typical. My girl is, she is all female stuff and my son is all boy stuff, whatever. And if that were to change later, then we would just support them on their journey then. But even now that I don't have any of these conversations in my home, I don't want that kind of hatred around my kid. I don't want to teach them that.
Yeah.
Okay, but some of them had signs that said hope is here, and some of them had signs that said don't mess with our kids. I didn't.
Also, I've just talked about this. When you have somebody who's standing there that with a sign that says don't mess with our kids because it's anti-trans, and then you have somebody standing next to them and is like hope is here, you can't be ignorant on the fact that people weaponize the Bible to use it against these individuals. Hey, thank you for doing this channel. You always make my day. Be wary of anyone. LJ God said, be wary of anyone whose eyes don't blink at the same rate.
Wait. Oh, because her eyes don't blink?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. But
I was very confused. I was like trying to.
Didn't see the sign. Reddit raked me over the coals, so to speak. And oh man, they really did. Not just Reddit, multiple podcasts.
Oh, lame. I followed you for so long. Are you effing alt-right now? Wait for more proof. We'll wait for more proof, but so far wildly suspicious. Following you for years for your honest reviews, and I am unsubbing and unsubscribing. You say you're against animal cruelty, but will associate with homophobic orgs and even entrust your child to them. You are not the woman I thought you were, and I refuse to support someone who will not stand up for basic human rights.
I mean, it was everywhere. People writing articles.
It's really sad to see what you and your channel have become, I think, and to think I enjoyed your content at one point. Big yikes. The other thing is, too, is she was known in the beauty community for being completely honest, for being like not like any of the other content creators. And she was the one in the beauty community known for having a backbone. And then something like this comes out and she just completely has zero backbone.
Articles about me.
I feel so deeply sad for your child who may grow up to be gay or bi or some other IGBT form. Oh, because they can't put it in the chat or else she might have these words blocked. I hope you will still love him if that's the case. I hope you will be okay too. And find some way to heal and stop spreading the misinformation that the organizations you're going to with homeschooling multiple kids in this way subscribed and cared for many years. Not that it means I know you well or necessarily deserve an opinion. I hope so deeply I'm wrong and misunderstanding the photos I've seen of you in that organization. Maybe it's all a big misunderstanding. Maybe you should be working on being a bigot before working on weight loss. Wow. Honestly, I don't think you were such a garbage human being. I mean, I have had people in my chats that are like, "Hey, fucking kill yourself." Yeah. And I'm like, not today, boy.
Okay.
People on TikTok calling me a
What?
Well, I was going to say, I think the thing that makes me the most mad about this is it's like, it just seems like she's trying to like cover herself up.
She's trying to minimize it.
And not even that, just like, I just feel like she really does agree with everything that they were doing in the thing. And she just doesn't, she wants to agree with everyone else and like make it seem like just own, like that's the thing that makes me so mad about people is like your beliefs can be different, like literally just be your own person. I don't know why she feels like,
Well,
like
and
I think that makes it so much worse if she's trying to like lie about her like beliefs on things.
there are certain things that you could be like, you know what? I don't know enough about this. I don't want to get involved, whatever. And then there are certain things that you cannot sit on the fence about. And I think there comes a point where you have to say something. But I think the bigger problem than that is she has been in her other videos so what's the word? Like confident in her convictions. She has, stand up for the LGBTQIA plus community. I stand by this. For Black Lives Matter, she did all Black owned makeup stuff. So she's been very outspoken. And then all of this happens and she's like,
like a turtle shell.
Yeah. Yeah. Miranda, Mommy, what have I been saying? Ham gets it. Ham gets it. Ham always gets it. Ham on.
Proud Boy Hitler youth leader.
Just here to let everyone know she is anti-LGBTQ. You're right. You do need help. Absolutely ashamed of you and the hate that I ever supported you financially. And that's the other thing too. People want to know what they're supporting. They want to know what they're sending their money to.
Does she make like beauty products and stuff?
She's done collabs. I don't know if she's made any of her
Like
own. Yeah. But I mean sponsorships.
Yeah.
And, stuff like that. Officially unsubbing from your channel. Not only is this video disappointing, but it's sad to hear that you have been supporting Christian nationalist groups that have spent their time harassing LGBTQ plus people and fear mongering against people who want to do nothing but exist in their own skin. I hope that you realize that someday that this isn't okay and reflect on the things you have supported. Please do better. And if you choose not to do so,
That was a new one.
Your divisive and harmful views offline where they belong. I think if Kristi came out in the beginning and just never talked about this stuff and just only did makeup, she could sit in silence.
Well, yeah, that's also like what I was saying earlier or like yesterday. Like when you get to be like so big, like your every move is watched by literally everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to be like, even like if you want to live your own life, like you have to be careful like what you're doing. Especially if you have like kids and stuff and like, I don't know. No,
I mean, I try to do that. I try to separate like with the kids and stuff. But if you truly believe and you truly don't align yourself with this group or with these types of groups, why is it so hard for you to just come out and be like, guys, I was in this parade. I didn't see the sign. I'm so fucking sorry. Like, I don't align with this group. And she just chose silence for 2 years. And whatever. And that's fine too. If you're going to be like, all right, I'm just not going to fucking talk about it because I don't owe anybody an explanation on what I believe. Also fine. I mean, that's a choice you make, but then why not stick to it?
Why talk about it a year and a half later?
Right.
And all I did actually was allow kids to not have a place to have their school and walk in a parade where an autonomous human being held a sign in front of me that I'm now being attributed to.
An autonomous human being who doesn't believe in the simple, basic human rights of another human being. The fact that she's like, they're their own person. They can believe in whatever they want. Instead of being like, they held a fucked up sign, I'm not with them. Like, she's giving them such grace.
I don't understand. Is she like arguing the other, like, is she arguing that like she doesn't, I'm so confused. like so confused.
Well, at
by
the
this
end
whole
of
thing.
the end of the video, she's like, I am not against LGBTQ. I'm not against trans. I'm not against all of these things. Believe it if you want or don't. And then like is done with the video. Don't worry, we'll get there. But she's giving this other person grace, and then she's like, all I actually did, which is fine. And we'll say, let's play devil's advocate, right? And plausible deniability. She does this homeschool for her sister and her niece. She puts it on her property. She goes to this parade. These people are holding up these signs. She's like, I've never heard don't mess with your kids, blah, 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 blah. She goes on she has a phone to go on Reddit. You don't have a phone to look up what this means? And then for 2 seconds, even in a Notes app apology on Instagram, just be like, guys, if it were me, I would put the picture of what everybody saw on my Instagram or in a video and be like, hold the fucking phone immediately.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that anybody would be able to tie me to a fucking trans hate group and me not say anything about it.
Right.
Bye, Chad. Yeah, actions speak louder than words.
I didn't see the sign. I didn't know about the sign. There is, interestingly, this theory going around that my son was holding the sign. And that
What about addressing the homophobic school you're building and the protests you and Zach have been at and photographed your kid at?
this was an anti-LGBTQ
No statement regarding the controversy of having your child hold up those heavy-leaning far-right signs. Just delete all comments that ask you about it. And that's the other thing she's been accused of, is deleting comments when people are like, hey, what the fuck, man? Like, because she's been so vocal about people having their human rights. So when her own people who love her and support her have come into her chat and have been like, hey, what the fuck? She just deletes them and blocks them. Allegedly. I don't know if that's true. It's just what I heard in the grapevine, girl.
hate rally. I need you to understand the lengths at which this web of lies has gone to. It has gone to a point where instead of walking in a 4th of July parade throwing candy with my kid, what actually happened is I was indoctrinating my son into a hate rally. There was not only not a hate rally, it was a 4th of July parade, and he just wanted candy because he was this many. That is what I am guilty of. I'm here to set the record straight today that everything you've heard about me is just so true, you guys. I am this evil gay hater that you think.
I can't imagine being somebody who's trans inside of her community and loving her and supporting her and, you know, being on this journey with her, for her to come out and this be the video.
Yeah. It's almost as bad as Colleen Ballinger's apology.
Critical
video.
Moss, that's a great point. People who are doing the wrong thing rely on plausible deniability even when it isn't plausible. And that's the thing. Plausible deniability in the beginning is like, okay, fine. But then, yeah, you're right. And then it's not plausible anymore. By the way, hi, I missed you. How are you?
I am. And if you couldn't sense the sarcasm in my voice, no, I'm not. This is the most ridiculous, baseless thing that I have ever been associated with. I've been canceled before for dumber shit, but this was like...
And this is also not the first time that she's told her community to fuck off. There was a post where she did a Halloween look, and she like dressed as a geisha, I guess, and which is a geisha from like Chinese culture. And it's where they have like the white faces and then the
like
lips
the
and
lip.
the buns and and she dressed like that, and people were like, hey, that's like a super sacred thing and whatever for, you know, Chinese people. And she was like, hey, you're all a bunch of sensitive cunts, fuck off.
Right.
And
Keep
then
playing the video.
I'm sorry, she wrote that while wearing a sombrero. So
wait, what?
Okay, let me find it real quick.
Wait,
let me.
She wrote it.
She wrote that statement.
Was it like a picture that she posted on Instagram of her wearing a sombrero, and that was the caption?
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let's RawBeautyKristi geisha. Mommy said cunt. Where is it? And whatever. She's like, I'm doing makeup and whatever. But if a community comes at you and they're like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing this,
Just say you're sorry.
Yeah,
Don't
just
do
be
it
like,
again.
I didn't know. I didn't understand. Like, you could do that. How do you spell geisha? Hold on. Kristi. Geisha? I don't know how to spell geisha. Oh, God. There's a girl named RawBeautyKristi, Paige Kristi, who had it in her, is it on Reddit? Oh, yeah. Let me see. Okay, so this is what she dressed as, okay? So here's what she dressed as.
Okay.
And then she was getting a bunch of backlash for this. And then she came out here with a sombrero flicking people off. A sombrero, cultural appropriation. I got about 10 comments about today. About how my geisha photo was cultural appropriation, how racist and inconsiderate I was to do such a thing. Gasp. So here's what I have to say to that. Fuck you. Fuck this entitled 2015 whiny baby bullshit where it's cool to get offended about everything. Fuck this era of accusing everyone of being intolerant and oppressing. Fuck people who feel the need to always play the victim role. I am intolerant. I am intolerant of ignorance and accusatory statements, thinking that I was doing anything other than taking inspiration from beauty and putting my twist on it. I cannot stand that. I can't even take something beautiful and recreate it because I am white and I will be considered a racist or appropriating a culture. Nothing makes me more mad. Fuck this generation of Tumblr crybabies and Instagram trolls. Think I should take the high road and not say anything in response? Nope. These cunts need to hear about how big of assholes they are. They need to realize that just because appropriation is a big word that they feel cool saying doesn't mean they get to say it to someone who is a makeup artist and recreated makeup. Wow, what a concept. Love you people who actually have brains and minds to think for themselves. For the rest, with the shitty comments, leave, fuck off my page. And if you don't, you'll be blocked. What she could have said was, hey, guys.
Well, also, I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know. Actually, never mind. Scratch that thought.
But, I mean, what she could have said is, like, hey, in her own brain, not even to the public, she could have been like, is this offensive?
Well,
and,
yeah.
And then gone and done a little research and been like, hey, guys, I might have fucked this one up. Like, it's not that hard to have. What I'm finding out right now is that, like, RawBeautyKristi has zero self-reflection skills. How you doing on headphones? You okay?
Whoa, what are you doing?
I'm giving you extra cord.
You just almost took me out.
Really, really wild to me. And you may wonder, well, why didn't you just come out and say it wasn't true, if it wasn't true? Because you really let the narrative spin, obviously. Like, you could have just kind of put a pause on it. You could have said, hey, this isn't true, and we would have believed you. Would you? Studies have shown that any time an influencer comes out and says, hey, I'm innocent, you guys definitely give them the benefit.
I gotta tell you, I don't know what I would address or wouldn't address. I am lucky enough to not be in these controversies.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I don't know if I don't care if somebody wouldn't believe what I had to say. I am so aligned with my fucking beliefs on human rights. I would just come out and say it. You can believe me or not. I don't care. But it's important for me to tell people, like, you should be able to live your own life and do that happily.
Of the doubt. You really do. You give them the benefit of the doubt. You definitely, you give them a lot of grace.
Yeah, so don't say anything. Like, just don't say anything. Which, again, she has said everything her entire career. She's been so vocal her entire career about everything. And then this one thing, she's like, maybe never mind. I mean, look at that last post. She had no problem telling everybody to go fuck themselves.
Right.
But now all of a sudden it's a problem?
And understanding. That's usually what happens during cancellation.
Which is so funny. After just reading this post, she wants people to have decency and understanding. People were like, that's cultural appropriation. She's like, fuck you cunts, wearing a sombrero. Like, what?
What actually happens is that you
Amanda, hi. Yeah, everybody knows where I align. We did fucking Bible study on here. We
Did you
talked about it.
really?
Yeah. You want to do a Bible study? I'd fucking love to do that. We, for those of you who are new here, we used to do a Bible study because people weaponize it. So we're like, well, you can't weaponize it if you know what's in there and you actually read it. It was super fun. Some people came in and they got really into it. And then some people, no, we love Amanda. And then some people came in and they were like, why the fuck are you reading the Bible? This is blasphemous. And I'm like, I'm literally just reading it. Loving those with persecution complex whine about others participating in the oppression Olympics. Oh, God.
Eviscerate them and say, you're just trying to save face? I ain't dumb. Okay, I know how this whole thing works. But it wasn't just that, was it? It wasn't the only reason I didn't respond. The main reason I didn't respond is because without my response, you guys were being psychotic. Maybe not you watching this, but maybe you watching this. I don't know. All I know is that the families of the homeschool co-op, who have no idea that I'm a social media influencer, who had no idea that they were coming to the home of a YouTuber who was going to get canceled for being anti-LGBTQ, they were being harassed by you. Their families being contacted by you. Fake homeschool applications being submitted by you. Signing up my sister and some of the other homeschool moms for gender reassignment surgery and having them getting phone calls. Doxing. Reaching out to family members and people that used to know me. The reason I maybe didn't respond until now was because the school is not a thing anymore.
Couple of things. Number one, I will never stand by doxing or finding somebody personally on the fucking internet.
What does that mean?
That means somebody going beyond the internet, beyond this interaction right now to find my private name, my address, my...
I think harassing... Because, like, it's one thing, like, those people follow her and, like, are into her life and, like, what she chooses to show, but, like...
But even then, she deserves privacy.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the other, like, nobody has the right to, like, go beyond and, like, start harassing other people. Like, that stuff's just, like, you're not doing much better.
No, but the thing is this is called a parasocial relationship, right? So I have a relationship with these people online. I see them regularly. We are online friends, but this is Bacon Bears, and Bacon Bears sits here. The rest of my life is something else, and I vehemently stand against doxing or reaching out to people beyond the internet, like beyond DMs or things like that. Like, it's wild. So, and to do that to these people who have kids who especially are not on, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care what people are doing or how heinous they are. Let them sink their own ships. For strangers to band on the internet, like, that's just a wild mob mentality. I will never get on board with. I don't care how much I hate somebody with my full ussy. I would never, ever try to do anything to them in personal life. They'll go do their own things. I think that's so gross. With that being said,
I also think, like, opinions aside, like, everybody's their own person, and it's like, if you're sitting there, like, I don't know, like, I just, like, I feel like you're also not doing, wait, hold on. Like, if they don't agree with what she's saying or doing, and then they're gonna go and, like, harass, like, they're not, like, that's not how you should also, like, argue your point.
Right.
And also, like, she's gonna have her opinions, like, regardless of what you have to say. That's why I just don't understand. Why can't you just, like, keep those things to yourself?
Well, it's not even about keeping them to myself. Like, for example, I am also here on the internet. I can have my opinions.
Well, yeah.
I can have my chat. But to go beyond that and start finding people's houses and phone numbers and mailing addresses is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But with that being said, now, she said I never came out because you guys were harassing these people. So your reputation being dragged through the mud wasn't enough to get you to say anything. These people who you say you were protecting wasn't enough to get you to say anything. So why say something now?
I really believe that it has to be for the views.
I'm starting to agree. Let's see. This is so incredibly wrong to do. Doxing and swatting is extremely dangerous. It's also illegal. And that's the thing. There's a lot of people that I do not like on the internet. A lot of people that are fucking gross. You just don't interact, or you block and you move on. Like, there is no reason to take that extra step out of the internet to do something like that.
And finally, I don't have to really worry about the families being harassed by you anymore. So yeah, the reason I didn't respond was not because I didn't want to clear my name or because any of the allegations are true. You can't even imagine.
Also, that's the other thing. No matter what I believe, no matter what she believes, no matter what somebody who is totally against my beliefs, we're on fucking YouTube, right? And one of the things that we celebrate, especially in this country, is our freedom of speech. People should be able to get on this platform and say what they want to say. Doesn't matter if we agree with it or not. You should be able to have this platform to say what you want to say if you believe in those things. And vice versa. I should be able to come on here and be like, hey, I don't agree with anything you're saying. And fight with words instead of, doing some other crazy shit, but whatever.
What it's like to have hundreds of thousands of people loathe your existence because you've been called the worst things that you can be called. It's because
have 100,000 people loathe your existence. Try being trans or gay. Like, that's all people do is hate them.
Yeah.
Like, you're preaching to the wrong crowd on this one.
Because the families were unsafe because the internet is a cesspool of psychotic, chronically online, drama-addicted weirdos. And so, no, I wasn't going to respond and make it bigger. Weirdly, when you have an accusation that is so bad and so life-ruining out there, the last thing you want to do is bring more attention to it. And I allowed the accusations to go so that I could protect.
Disagree. If I had something that was out there that was so against who I am and what I stand for, I would draw all the fucking attention to it. Because I'd want everybody to know where I stand.
Protect these families from the absolute onslaught of harassment they were already receiving. And I allowed the narrative to be spun about me that I was all these most horrific things that you guys could attribute to my name so that these kids would no longer be harassed. I had people in estranged family members coming out saying that they wanted to talk to drama channels. I was being sent screenshots left and right of psycho estranged family members messaging drama channels. If you know nothing, know this. I do not stand with Don't Mess With Our Kids. I literally didn't even know who they were before I was accused of pretty much running the organization. I don't have anything to do with them. I didn't hold a sign. My kid didn't hold a sign. There was no hate march. It was a 4th of July parade. All the posts you've seen are the most inflammatory, psychotic thing that you've ever seen. I have never and will never be anything hateful to anybody in the LGBTQIA plus community. I've been nothing but supportive and an ally to the trans community, to the gay community. Some of my best friends are gay. My sister.
The thing is, too, as she's saying these things, fine, she's mad. She is so mad. And she's been satire and sarcasm up until this point, and then is like, fuck you guys. Like,
where's the sombrero?
Yeah, where's the sombrero? Like, anybody, and that's the thing, is somebody mistakes it. You could, and not everything has to be confrontational either.
Well, yeah.
This is wildly confrontational. She could have just come out and been like, no. What fucks me up is this is obviously edited. She'll go on to say that she's filmed this video about 4 or 5 times. This is the one you picked. This is the one. Freedom for speech for all, not just a group set. People should be able to say whatever they want, whatever they believe in. Do we all have to agree? No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why the video is so bad, is because the worse it is, the more people are going to be like,
I don't know, man. This is the fucking hill you're going to die on?
I mean, inflation's pretty bad right now.
I don't know.
Minimum wage is going up.
I don't know.
Gas is going up. She needs more money.
Right. She just went there with my best friend is gay. I have a friend who's black. Like, that's what these people do sometimes.
Oh, no.
Is little Ham drinking a White Claw?
Yeah, it's been a long week.
It's a Monday.
I know. No, it's a bubbler.
She's like, I can't get through a RawBeautyKristi video without a White Claw.
I didn't even have school today. It's just been a long day.
Sister's a lesbian. For God's sakes, have a little bit of critical thinking skills. And I know it can come off angry.
Have a little bit of critical thinking skills. These people did. They came to you and they were like, hey, bitch, you're what the fuck?
Also, I feel like it's so different if it's like she was like, my sister's a lesbian. That's also your sister. Like, I feel like that doesn't prove anything.
So Amanda brings up a good point. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences, though. And on both sides, you're right. And when you're on a public platform or when you're doing things like this, you should have to, not should have to, but I mean, you should be mindful of the messages that you're putting out there. And if something does get misaligned or something is put the way that it is and you know, and it's, or I'm sorry, if something is put out there and it's not the way that it is, you can come out and say those things too. Notice she never said anyone trans after the anti-trans sign. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I just don't, with the fuck around and find out, I just don't agree with like people who have like are having opinions and then somebody goes to like beat the shit out of them. Like I don't know. It depends. Like and then the further we just escalate these things, the worse it's gonna get. Do I think people should be allowed to, you know, say what they want to say and feel how they want to feel? Yeah, because if I didn't feel that way, I wouldn't be able to be sitting here doing what I'm doing. But also that brings up, you know, do you, as a content creator, do you have to explain to people where you align? And I mean, I think it's important because people want to know who they're supporting.
I'd say yes and no. I think it depends.
On certain things?
I mean, I feel like that's kind of also just like some people just don't want to share their like personal like thoughts. I feel like if you're not gonna like if you like I don't like if I was ever like if I ever owned like a YouTube channel, I don't think I would ever want to talk about like anything like that, just because like that's not something that like I even talk to about like my friend, like to my friends and
right,
stuff.
you just
like,
have your own personal beliefs.
Yeah, which is it's just like not something that I care to like talk about. And so I feel like that's also like if you're gonna go out and like do something like that, I feel like it is important to like have like your beliefs and like morals out there. If like something comes out where you're like doing something like controversial.
Well, but
or,
also
like
too,
you also can't. I feel like you can't like it's one thing to not talk about it and like just whatever, but then it's another thing to not talk about it specifically on like your YouTube channel, but then go out and like do everything else publicly.
Well, the thing is I think that's why it's so fucked up is she's had you know, so many opinions about these communities and where she stands, you know, and she's been so vocal, and then people catch her standing with people who are holding their signs and they've been supporting her for years and they want to know where they're spending their money. So they're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And then she never says anything, which, all right. I mean, that's her right to do, to not say anything. So, which is why I'm so confused, because why say something now?
Right. It's all about money.
But they don't want consequences. And I don't understand why that's a controversial opinion. What do you mean? But yeah, no, Miranda, I get what you're saying. I
feel like also like getting canceled, like I feel like it's just like a part of like once you like reach a certain point, like I feel like people on the internet like will literally look into every single thing you say. So I feel like Charli D'Amelio got canceled for saying she wanted to reach like 100 million followers or something.
I know.
Like that.
Well, and there's
like that's like it's gonna happen, but I feel like it's the way that people like handle the situations afterwards that like matters.
Right. And you know, I don't know. I wish, as somebody who used to watch her content, I wish she would have treated this with a little bit more love and care and compassion. Especially for a community that she built her fucking base off of. You know, I mean, the makeup community is drag, trans, gay, bi, pan, all the fucking letters of the alphabet. It's all of them. I just, you know, and I think, I in my opinion, she's gotten to a point where she's like, I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Agree, and that's not a good look, but you have to understand, just because you saw it on the internet does not make it true.
Including this video.
Better not be. It better just be like a hoax.
I mean, okay. Also this video.
And I now have realized after this happened, which I'm thankful this happened actually. I'm thankful in so many ways, and I'll get into that in a second, because I learned through this that if I see it online, probably not true, and use discernment, and don't just immediately jump to conclusions. All of this was so baseless. Every new accusation that came out about me, I was like, what next? What other?
You know what I find interesting too? We're more than halfway through this video, and she's pointed out every cause and effect that this has had for her, and
but not other people.
Right. And not how her actions or inactions might have hurt some of the people who care about her in her own community.
Organization do I run? What other people do I hate? What other group do I hate? What are they going to call me next? I've been called all the things that you call people, and you guys believed it. And you not only believed it, but you wouldn't have listened to me had I said it. Drama channels, you guys don't understand. You're being manipulated. They are not telling the truth. And they're going to take this and they're going to be like, well, then you tell me the truth. No, we don't negotiate with terrorists. They sit around and they rile up.
Drama channels are terrorists. Okay. Other people are not real to her. I thought you understood that. For being in the beauty industry, I miss Blockbuster.
The crowd, and they get everybody pissed.
Hold on a second. This is a good. I want to make this point.
Drama channels, you guys don't understand. You're being manipulated. They are not telling the truth. And they're going to take this and they're going to be like, well, then you tell me the truth. No, we don't negotiate with terrorists. They sit around and they rile up the crowd and they get everybody pissed and they make the situation something that it never was. They start spinning a web of narrative that doesn't exist. And it's not just drama channels. I'm having an article written about how I am a homeschool, homestead, alt-right pipeline.
Let me tell you a little ditty. Do you know somebody?
A little what?
A little ditty, a little story. Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
It's not where my brain went.
Okay, anyways, do you know about a girl named Jaclyn Hill?
I've heard that name before.
So Jaclyn Hill is a content creator on YouTube who was in the makeup industry for a very long time.
Yes.
I used to also love Jaclyn Hill. Fell off with that too.
Okay.
Jaclyn Hill in some time, a couple years ago, comes out with lipsticks.
Okay.
Lipsticks have mold, have hair, have all sorts of shit in them, right?
Like freshly bought?
Yeah.
I need to scooch my chair in.
Yeah. She has a bubbler. It's just like a bubble water. A little bubbler. So
Do they still think I'm drinking a soda?
Yeah. So
I need to like fix my chair.
How?
I need to like push it in.
You're not going to be able to.
Why not?
Because the wheels are going to be caught.
I'll pick it up.
That pause is gold. Brainless Meat Puppet. I enjoy your name very much. So Jaclyn Hill comes out with lipsticks and they are moldy. It's a very bad release.
Okay.
Very bad release. Okay. This is when I have another problem with Kristi, because she's like, you guys just want to rile up the crowds. You guys just want to hop on a bandwagon. You guys just want to make it worse. Well, when that happened, Miss RawBeautyKristi right here brought out Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks. Somebody in the community, a creator she knew, her peer, and put them under a fucking microscope and tore Jaclyn to shreds. Kristi's channel skyrocketed.
Really?
Because of this video. So I just find it interesting that she wants everybody to have compassion and is like, you guys are on the hate train and you guys just want to rile people up. Please, Kristi, tell me, when you took out the microscope and Jaclyn Hill was having the worst moment in her career, that you did that with the best intentions.
Yeah, right. Don't start and I won't be none.
I mean, dude.
It's a great way to pause on her face, too.
Hi, Medell. That's what somebody said. The pause is great. Hi, Medell.
I am not alt-right. But you said I was. You aligned me with it. I didn't align myself with it. You aligned me with it.
But you also didn't deny it. You didn't denounce it. You weren't like, yeah, you know what? No, I'm not that. I'm not that at all. I'm the conductor of the hate train. Choo choo.
You align me with it when you accuse me of being it.
Midel
you
says
straight
hi.
up falling
Hi, Midel.
into this trap. The trap of left versus right. The trap of having to pick a side. The trap of enjoying homesteading.
All right, here's the thing. Hold on. She's messing with her mic. I am turning it off right now so they can't hear you. Here's the thing. She says, you guys are in the trap of left versus right. What an entitled place to be if you're not. Women's rights are being stripped away. Human rights are being stripped away. Children are being stripped away from their homes, their families, their parents. How nice to be able to sit here and be like, this is the left versus the right. I just want to grow my cucumbers and slice my tomatoes. I mean, so do I. I have a fucking garden out there too. I love homesteading. It's great. You guys saw my green onions. They're phenomenal. But I can also have compassion for other groups of human beings while I'm picking my fucking potatoes. The potato yearns for the dirt.
You turned my thing back on.
I did. How you doing?
I'm just gonna hold it.
Hold on.
I said right here. I wanted to scooch the chair in so that I could lean back because my back was getting a little sore. But then maybe I should start my own ASMR. Boom. Wait, bring that boom. I thought this thing was about to fall on my face though.
But that's the thing. You know, you're in this trap of left versus right. Kristi, step outside yourself. Yeah, and that's all right. Right, Amanda. For certain things, you have to pick a fucking side. You do. Or at least denounce it. Could you fucking do that? If somebody's like, you're anti-trans, is it that hard to be like, what? No, I'm not. The fuck?
Now being associated with being an alt-right Proud Boy youth, not...
It's time to ask...
Ah! Sorry, everyone. You're right. Preach on, gal. Thanks. You know, I wish I could highlight my chat. Potatoes are one of the 3 keys to making dirt. The potato turn. Okay, so I need you guys to go on TikTok and I need you to look up this little bulldog named Sherman.
Oh, Sherman.
He jumps in these holes and somebody commented, the potato yearns for the dirt. It's amazing. I'll put it in the Discord. I love Sherman. Oop.
Hello? What are you eating?
If I...
Hello?
Dude, if I came up to you and was like, bro,
Hello?
are you fucking anti-trans? And you were like, hello? I'd be like,
okay, that's my answer right there.
right. What the fuck? Oh my God. She's so mad. And the other thing is too, is like, she did not care about when people were talking about this online. She didn't care enough to say it then. But now somebody's writing an article and she's like, I gotta fucking talk about this.
Yeah, right.
Even saying, no, I didn't respond to that because you wouldn't have believed me if I said it. You won't even believe me now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I could have 1 million people on this video and be like, Bacon is lying. And I would still sit here and be like, I believe in basic human rights. You can believe that I'm a liar. That's what I fucking stand behind. Stand for something or fall for everything, girl.
Absolute ridiculous endeavor to try to convince a group of people that can't be convinced. It's like trying to reason with unreasonable. You can't reason with unreasonable. And if you believe all this shit, you're unreasonable.
Eldrick God said,
I've never heard the word unreasonable used more than in that sentence.
Eldrick God said, if someone made that face and noise when I asked any question, I would run away. You know what? I'm gonna make that. Oh wait, Eldrick God, this is for you.
What is that?
That's the dueling banjos. But I think I'm going to do that now when El Jacad comes in. Instead of being like, El Jacad, I'll just be like, hello. Oh, you guys they're having conversations about potatoes.
We're missing out.
I'm so hungry. The Irish potato is strong in this one. The potato is strong in this one.
I think if I were to pick one food for the rest of my life, I'd choose a potato because it could be so many different things.
It can. What's your favorite type of potato? Oh, girl, I love a baked potato. Maybe I'll have one.
I do like a baked potato.
I love a baked potato.
With like butter and seasoned salt. Lowry's.
Yeah, as an English teacher, she could have found so many other filler words.
Wait, and she's an English teacher too?
No. This is Amanda.
Oh.
Amanda, she could have found any words. Any words.
Unreasonable. It's
Maybe
not
you're
real.
Unreasonable. You're
It's
being
not real.
lied to.
You're being lied to.
Manipulated.
You're being manipulated.
Probably.
In this video?
Probably.
And do you like it? Drama channels, man, they might be fun to watch. I get it. I used to watch people too until that same drama channel got me on the phone.
Okay, so Peter Mon. Peter Mon is a drama channel. I love him. I like his talks about sobriety. And I actually reached out to him and asked if he would do an interview with me about his Fox Hollow Farm experience. But I want to talk to him. But anyways, she had said that a drama channel got me on the phone, and then he showed the DMs from his Twitter and was like, she asked if she could call me.
Okay.
Also, why are you chatting with drama channels? Like, you're a beauty influencer who does... You're a beauty influencer, and then you're chatting with beauty drama channels.
And then you're going to bash them, too.
Right. He has the DMs still.
And manipulated the entire conversation, took everything I said, straight up lied. Everything, lie. And so now I know from back end what I said, and I hear how it comes out, and I go, oh, so it's all been a lie. So it's all been manipulated. From the get-go, it's so shisty, it's so conniving, and it's just, I refuse to be a part of it. And so that's why I'm kind of...
You're literally a part of it. You're also making a part of it right now. And Amanda, that's such a great point, because she loves the drama. God damn it, I wish I could highlight my chat. Why isn't this working for me?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to, if I get my chat in here, copy, and then paste it, maybe it'll work. Nope, just keeps, because sometimes when I do that, oh wait, maybe it is. Is it working?
Because it really opened my eyes to how this really is. This story that this reporter is putting out that I haven't even read yet. I was gonna wait for it to come out, and I thought, no, I'm not gonna wait for it to come out. I'm gonna get ahead of it and say, no, I'm sure it has.
She didn't come out when her reputation was being dragged. She didn't come out
when families were being harassed.
When families are being harassed. She didn't come out when her community's like, hey, Kristi, we'd like to know what's up. And she right now is just like, no. And now this article is coming out and I'm getting ahead of it. So
I'm pretty sure we're 3 steps behind.
Yeah. Could have been ahead of it 2 years ago.
But I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Right. So everyone is a liar except for her. Oh man, there's marriage proposals and potatoes. Damn.
Has very pure intentions. I'm sure it's not to rile up a crowd and make a bunch of people get, no, I'm actually sure.
Right. I'm sure that you got out that microscope and looked at Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks when she said she literally wanted to kill herself because it was such a hard launch.
Was it her fault?
I don't know.
Okay, good talk.
All right.
Anyways, hit play.
That the reason that anybody does anything is because rage bait exists because it works. Drama channels exist because they work. The headlines in the news are negative because it works. It got you mad, and it gave you something to be mad about. And what people don't care about is that...
Which is fine, and let people be mad. But like, if you come out and speak your piece and people are still mad, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, right.
But you had every opportunity to do something about this.
I'm telling you, bills are tight.
The human being on the other side of that, just a mom, just a mom with a son and just trying to take care of him and trying to grow our own foods.
And that's not lost on me either, that she's a human with a husband and a kid and all of these things. But I mean, if you do nothing and you're getting one response and you continue to do nothing, I mean, maybe try a different tactic.
So that because I enjoy doing it and trying to make bread, not because I'm a alt-right pipeline, but because making bread's kind of fun, and not homeschooling him because I'm afraid of him being around kids and
But you're also not afraid of him being around somebody who would hold up an anti-trans sign in a parade either.
Because I want to spend time with my son, and I have the means to do so, and I have the ability to do so, and I want to. If you don't want to, don't homeschool your kid. I don't fucking care.
This has nothing to do with
I don't care what you do with
homeschooling.
your life, and I don't care what you do with your body. I don't care I don't care. I'm pretty much a live and let live type of person.
As
I've
long
been
as it
that way
doesn't
my whole
affect
life.
me.
Right.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, live and let live. So yeah, all of this nonsense, and just know that when you hear something, take pause. Maybe don't jump on the bandwagon of hating this person, harassing me, making my life a little...
Take pause. Take pause before you pull out a microscope on one of your peers' lipsticks, perhaps.
I didn't know
Little living-
pause was a year and a half.
Right. Right. How long is this pause?
hell. And I know for the Reddit group, because they're the scourge of the
Dude,
internet.
Reddit is fucking scary.
That feels good.
Never been there.
It
Scares
feels
the
good
shit out of
to
me.
bring
Don't
other
want to.
people down. Like watching a cancellation is like, oh my god, look at all this. Look, she's lost 100,000 subscribers.
I don't agree with any of that. Like, I don't know. I think that people abuse their platforms and shouldn't have them? Sure. Do I celebrate in people losing viewers and income? And I don't know. I don't know. Like, somebody being called out.
The only person I'll support being canceled for is Ruby Frankie.
Ruby Frankie, well, she's been canceled. That bitch is in jail.
Good.
But I mean, like, I don't
For
know.
life.
I've never sat like with somebody that I've watched and I've been like watching their numbers go down. I don't know.
I feel like that's also just like you're not doing any, like, it just doesn't, the people that like sit there and get so into it, it's like,
Yeah,
must be the unemployed
dude.
because like,
That's my thing. Like, go touch grass.
right, like do something else.
That was like,
And then it's the same people that are like, people are on their phones too much these days.
right. But the thing is like when that whole James Charles and Tati thing was happening, the whole Bye
Oh my
Sisters.
gosh.
Bye Sisters.
I don't understand it because I didn't watch any of it.
Dude.
Like there's so much stuff that happens. I literally just do not watch it because I do not care.
I have to tell you, when that was going down in real time, I was watching the two of them and I was like, oh, fuck. But I wasn't like reveling in the
Well,
fact
yeah.
that James Charles was just like losing subscribers. And that's the other thing. She's going to talk about how people reached out to her sponsors. And I don't agree with that either. Like, I'm not calling someone's job. People are going to sink their own ships.
Oh, and
People are going to sink their own ships. Like, and that goes beyond doxing and things like that. They're like, let's call the sponsors. The sponsors will find out. And to be honest with you, I mean, I don't know. Ruby Frankie needs to be canceled permanently.
She is.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any coming back from that one.
She said touch grass, not smoke. Oh, what happened? Oh, I muted it on accident.
sponsors. Let's contact every sponsor that she's ever had and tell them that she hates the gays. Let's do that. That's where their enjoyment
like
comes
really
from.
starting
But
to freak
again,
me out.
But again, if you were to come out and be like, no, this never happened, blah, 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 like, she could have saved herself all of this. Would they have still called? Sure. But she would have had it out there and been like, listen, I do not align with this. Like, I don't know. That's something that I would have made a public statement about.
Also, I feel like you make it worse for yourself by not saying anything in a way because it's like it looks like she's just trying to like forget about it and like hopefully everyone else will forget about it and it'll go away.
Well,
and
I
then,
mean,
like,
it is the internet.
Well, yeah.
There's going to be a new scandal tomorrow and somebody's going to, you know.
yeah.
So maybe
But
that is what she was thinking.
I'm more hooked on the fact like the way she's talking and it's kind of freaking me out more than what she's actually saying.
Well, because she's not taking it seriously and she's not taking her viewers seriously. This is all the way she is coming off to me is that this is all beneath her and this is all very dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
Anytime someone speaks about any group and begins with the definite article, to beware. What do you mean? What does that mean?
I
I don't know. Again, right. This is another great point. She says gays or gay and never mentions trans folks. She's trying to drown out what she's not saying. And that's true. She's like, I don't care. LGBTQ plus. Well, I guess a T is in there, right? Hello, rural sheep, dog, sheep.
The other side is me having stress diarrhea for 6 months, then having to do double therapy and having to vomit every day.
So do something
Wait,
different.
did she just say she had diarrhea for 6 months?
Yes. And she had anxiety and she had to go to therapy. So then do something.
Wait, but I don't care that she had I could have lived the rest of my life without knowing that.
Well, but this is about her. This is all about her and how it affected her.
Okay, well, her saying that it's affecting me now, and I'm starting to feel sick, so.
Everything that Lil Ham has learned about RawBeautyKristi has been against her own will.
From anxiety
Just like the Roblox.
And losing all my financial backing and losing all my sponsors for doing nothing.
Exactly. So maybe you should have done something.
I just don't understand. If she's so, like, I thought that the reason she didn't want to say anything was just because, like, she just got caught and it was like, oh, shoot, like, whatever. Because, like, I feel like if that was the case, it would have been a little bit better for her.
Yeah. You know what, honestly,
that's the thing that makes me the most mad is people that just, like, can't own up to, like, who they are as a person. Like, if that's, like, what you align with and whatever, just say it. Like, that's who you're...
Exactly.
Also, like, wouldn't you rather, if those are your beliefs, I was just thinking about that, if those are your beliefs and that's, like, what you're going to support, wouldn't you rather have people that also align with those beliefs support you rather than, like, trying to, like, put up a front and change yourself so that you could have different people supporting you?
I would rather have somebody sit in my face and be like, I fucking hate this group of people.
Just not even that.
Be
just,
like,
just,
no, but
if you have opinions, like, that's fine. Like,
right.
Everyone is different.
But
like,
stand on them 10 toes down.
Just hold yourself. Like, you can't have opinions, but then also be like, and, like, hide in the dirt about it when it, like, comes out like that.
I wish that it, like, I would rather have somebody sit in my face and be like, I hate this group of people, than me try to have a conversation with them and them dance around for 30 fucking minutes and be like, well, the Bible said, fuck off.
Right.
Just tell me you hate that group of people because you're a bigot and a racist, and we'll go on about our days.
Right.
So, yeah. It would have been much better. Like, if she did align with that, it would have been much better if she just came out and was like, you know what? Don't mess with our kids.
Like, then, just, like, sit on that rock and just, like, keep going.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you might lose your other viewers, but, like, other people that, like, also agree with you are gonna...
Yeah, you're gonna find your crowd.
Exactly. Wouldn't, like, I just don't...
Right. But yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, just... What is it? Stand for something or fall for everything.
For being in a parade. For offering my house to children who needed a place to have a school.
Amanda. Bitch, I've had stress diarrhea since November 2016. Oh, God. I don't know. She hates all of them, NYC.
Little bitch and losing all my sponsors for doing nothing. For being in a parade. For offering my house to children who needed a place to have a school.
No. For offering, dude, she has the rudest fucking pauses. Like, but the same.
She looks like that turtle. You know, it's like the walking turtle. That's like, I don't know what it's called.
But the thing is, I offered my house to.
She's making it sound like she was just like allowing like kids in foster care into her home to like teach them and like give them schoolwork.
Well, no, I mean, she was allowing them on her property, which is fine. Yes, she was doing something good that she thought at the time. And then the mission school is like anti-trans and super fundamentalist or Christian fundamentalist who, you know, anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-all of these things. And she's like, I was just letting kids be on my house or be at my house. And it's like, do some fucking research.
Right. That's the thing. Like, you can't argue against yourself if you also didn't.
Right. You can't. Well, and one thing that we were talking about earlier is I used to watch her, which is why I'm super disappointed. But you cannot be as smart as she is and play super fucking dumb. You can't just be like, I had no idea. Google is free.
What an evil bitch am I? So do I run the don't mess with our kids movement?
Nobody
do I
asked
even
you
know
that.
what it is?
Nobody asked you that. Nobody asked you if you fucking ran it. Nobody asked you that. They asked you if you aligned with it. They want to know if you eat at the same table as these people. Duck, duck, go. Oh, shit. All right.
What is that?
I don't know. Apparently, I can avoid ads.
You can pay to avoid ads. Ain't nothing free anymore.
But the thing is, I love that question too. Do I run this organization? No, that's not what anybody asks you.
I don't.
Do you believe in what they believe in? That's all we're asking.
Right.
That's all people are asking.
Have I even ever heard of it? No. I think
Even now, because I Googled it and it took me 2 seconds to find out what it was.
Right.
it's pretty clear now, and I hope it's pretty clear, that you all believed a lie, tried to ruin my life, and
she's so mad.
I'm not the only one. All in all, the main reason I'm making this video is to say I'm addressing it now because the school is no longer a thing. It's not a homeschool co-op anymore. They have gone their separate ways and the kids are doing different things. You guys have already called me the worst things that a human being can be called. You've already classified me in the worst ways a human being can be classified. I have to just wash my hands of this. It's done. What's done is done. And I wanted to explain myself one time and one time only, and have you guys hear me when I say, I don't blame you.
I hear you when you have said so many words in 20 minutes and still nothing at the same time.
I was going to say, I don't think I've retained a single thing that she said.
Not one.
No. I seriously, like,
I know she went to a parade.
I know she went to a parade. I know she let children into her home. And I know she is not very photogenic because these poses are not doing very good.
We've done her dirty this whole time.
And she
If
looks
you
like
saw
that
all of
turtle.
this stuff and gave me the side eye, or wanted to quit watching my content because you wanted to see where I lie politically. But I hope now you can understand that when I say that I'm a pretty even-keeled human being, I'm pretty understanding.
This is even keeled? This is understanding? This
Right.
seems pretty emotional and rage-filled to me.
Right.
I really try to be open-minded. I try to be loving and compassionate towards everybody.
This is a great point. She has said a lot with what she didn't say, and I think that's the biggest point. It's not just about your actions, but it's also your inactions and how they affect your community that you're trying to build online, and also the community that has built you up to support you so that you can have this life for homeschooling your kid and being a homesteader and living this life that you've dreamed of.
And, the internet really tried to classify me as something that was anything other than that. You can believe the podcasts, all the podcasts that came out talking about me being the worst person in the world. You can believe all the videos of all the people that used to be really nice to me and really friendly with me and then immediately jumped on the bandwagon of hating me.
Jaclyn Hill ring a bell? You were really nice to her, really cool with her.
Right.
And then that fucking microscope came out. I'm sure Kristi wasn't feeling bad about it when her fucking YouTube channel skyrocketed.
Yeah, right.
Off the back of Jaclyn's downfall.
Because it's popular. It's easy to hate somebody when they're so evil like me. And some people did reach out for comment. Many didn't. And everybody dropped me. So if you wanted to know, Amrezy said it best like 10 years ago. None of these bitches is friends.
Neither are you. Neither are you. You're not a fucking friend. You did the same thing to somebody else. How's it taste? And you know what I gotta say? If anything, what happened?
I was looking up the stuff about Jaclyn Hill's makeup.
Oh, yeah. We could watch that too, if you want. But the thing is if somebody
It's
came into my
literally-
chat, if I said something, like, let's say I get to 1 million followers and something happens and I'm like, you guys should be mean to me and understand and blah, blah, blah. And then people are like, hey, remember when you fucking got on RawBeautyKristi's ass? And I'd be like, shit,
Right.
you're right.
Well, you also know what's crazy about this?
How many views does that have?
Let's see. But oh, sorry guys.
One of these three to hang out with. No.
5 million views.
5 million views.
But the the thumbnail for it literally says disgusting under a microscope, and then it's a picture of Jaclyn Hill.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That was somebody who was in the beauty space with her.
That's crazy.
And that's true. And there are some people that did stick by me and just knew me for who they actually knew me as, instead of what the internet told them to think about me. And to those of you who you know who you are, I appreciate you more than I could ever say. It's very, very few and far between. And if you dropped me because of this, well, I hope that nothing like this ever happens to you.
You know, that would have also been a self-awareness moment. So also I want to tell you, there's a girl on the internet called Jen Loves Reviews. She's highly regarded in the beauty space. A lot of people respect her. They love her very much. She came out with a letter that she wrote sobbing because she was actual personal friends with Kristi. She has a non-binary child. And she's like, Kristi, if you do not denounce this publicly, I cannot be your friend publicly and I cannot be your friend privately because of the hatred that my child gets for being who they are.
Yeah, right.
And then Kristi was like, fuck it. And they are no longer friends. And Jen came out in a thing and was crying. It was so sad. It was so sad. And that wasn't enough. And that's the thing is she's like, well, if, all the people that hated me, hope this doesn't happen to you. I got to say, like, if a bunch of people were coming at me on the internet, that's a time to be like, hold on a second.
Yeah, right.
Like, you don't have any friends you can go to and be like, did I fuck this one up?
Well, also, I feel like if it's everyone against you and there's not a single person backing you up.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you don't have any friends. I call my friends all the time and I'm like, am I in the wrong for this? Like, you don't have any soundboards?
Everybody doesn't believe a lie about you. Because I'll tell you, some of the people that dropped me were people that I gave the benefit of the doubt when they were canceled.
Like James Charles? Because you still follow James Charles. Still friends with James Charles. Out there holding signs, don't mess with our fucking kids. But you are friends and follow and like the posts of a predator to people who are underage.
Right.
All right.
And, yeah, they didn't give me that same grace, did they? I do wish that we...
Also, too, like, cancellations typically come from, sometimes, but they typically come from a place of accountability, right?
Yeah.
Like, so somebody's getting canceled because they probably did something. Charlie D'Amelio, no, but like somebody went through, a cancellation for accountability. For example, James Charles messages minors. He came out and he said it. He apologized in a video to his victims.
Did he really?
Yeah. Hold on. What was I going to say?
I gave the benefit of
and she's like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. So just because you stuck with somebody through their shitty behavior, they're supposed to stick with you through your shitty behavior?
Yeah.
Self-reflection is important for all of us. It is. And you know what? That's the thing. Sometimes, and I hope if something ever happens to me on the internet and I'm being canceled or I'm being held accountable, that I can come out and say, you know what, guys, I really fucked this one up.
Right.
Instead of just being like, no, your mom. Just be like, I fucked up, man. I fucked up. And hopefully the people who believe in you and trust you will be able to move forward. And the people that won't. You're going to lose people, but because you can't be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, she could have just been like, I don't know.
the doubt when they were canceled. And
she's mad about that too.
They didn't give me that same grace, did they? I do wish that we were in a better climate where we could, instead of hating one another for what we think somebody might be, we could have conversations that were actually productive. And
how can you have a conversation if you refuse to address what the accusations are?
Right.
You went radio silent for 1.5 years.
Was she still making content?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there were alleged...
Look at the way you paused
every time.
Instead of attacking somebody and threatening their life and livelihood.
That I don't agree with either. Like when people get on the internet and they're like, I'll fucking kill you. I'm always like, go to the police. God damn it.
We could just ask simply and kindly.
But there were people who have said, I don't know if this is true, but there were people who have said that they've been supporters of her. They were still supporters of her. And they're like, hey, you know, what's up? and she blocked him.
Okay. Right.
And with understanding. And then when they say something,
I slip. When did I slip? Did I slip? What did I slip about?
Wait, slip.
I don't know. Eldritch God said, I forgive your slip. What did I slip? Now I'm going to think about this for days.
Wait, yeah, what happened?
I don't know. Somebody said, but what about is all I've heard from her. Yeah, it's all that. But what about?
Yeah, right.
That's what I do. My husband just yelled at me about that today. He's like, he asked me if I take my meds if I took my meds, and I was like, leave me the fuck alone. And he's like, why do you always deflect?
No, because then I was like, I don't know. You said something, and I was like, you're like, why do you keep asking me to do things? And I was like, asking you if you did the right thing. And then you started going off about my backpack.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, the cheeseburger. Got it.
The cheeseburger.
They're talking about cheeseburgers.
Actually try to believe them. Because the reason people don't speak out, look, I'm just going to make one more thing clear. Look at every cancellation that has ever happened. I want you to actually pay attention and tell me the only one that I ever saw actually work when they responded was Jenna Marbles. And you know what she did? She left.
Jenna Marbles canceled
my
herself.
goodness.
She was like, I want to be off the internet. And she's like, I'm fucking out of here. Nobody canceled Jenna Marbles. Oh, my God.
To the internet. She quit forever. So
because she
that's what
wanted
people
to.
want. They want you to quit forever. And
Welcome to the missile.
Oh,
Lifetime
Christmas.
movies.
Cannot wait for Christmas.
the reality is
love
that anybody else that's ever
Christmas.
responded to their cancellation, you guys absolutely shred online. You
So
ruin their
what?
life when they respond.
I don't care. I've had conversations in real life where people and I do not align the same. Is it still not important to be like, hey, no, I don't believe in that? I don't know. Hi, Pina. Who the fuck is Jenna Marbles? We should watch some old Jenna Marbles content.
So then when some cancellation happens and you want people to respond, why would they? Why would they respond when you don't listen to their response? It's immediately, you're just trying to save face. You're trying to play the victim. There's nothing they could
That's
say
all
to make
you've
you
done
believe them.
this whole video. All she has done.
I'm so sorry. Look at her.
All she has done this whole video is played the victim. But this is what happened to me. And this is what happened to me. And then this is what happened to me. I had stress diarrhea for 8 years. Like,
So they're
I'm
just
trying to
not going to
recreate
say
her
anything.
face and I
That's
just
why
look
when
like
some people
handsome
get
Squidward.
canceled, like you're like, oh, they're not even going to respond anyway. Yeah, no shit, they're not going to respond. They're not dumb. Why would they? It's going to get bigger and worse. If I have 1 million followers and 100,000 people are coming at me, if I make a response video, I'm now alerting that other 900,000 to this thing they weren't even aware of. Whereas if you just don't say anything, the 100,000 will leave. But imagine.
I love that. Those numbers. That 100,000 will leave. Like, imagine getting to numbers where you're like, yeah, 100,000 people will leave. I don't fucking care.
Right.
Whatever. And also, too, in that 100,000 people, there's not one of them who's trans,
Yeah.
who your inactions might have hurt,
Right.
and that doesn't matter to you. Where you're like, all right, maybe this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what it feels like to have 900,000 more coming at you. I'll tell you what it feels like. The worst thing you could ever literally
I can't imagine.
And I think that's what some of you guys want, you know, the whole Reddit community. They're just, everybody hates Reddit. Nobody likes Reddit.
I'm so
I've never
scared
met
of
one
Reddit.
person that's like, yeah, I love Reddit.
So scared of Reddit.
They all hate it. We all hate you. There's a reason that half the people don't even respond to their cancellations and just keep pushing. And there's a reason that the other half respond and then it ruins their life. Because we all know some of the worst
Of course.
cancellations that have ever
Always.
happened have been when people respond out of emotion during the event.
You responded out of emotion 2 years later. It wasn't even like this happened and then 2 days later she came out. She's like, they are responding out of emotion in the event. Is this not out of the emotion? Thank you for supporting gay rights. Always. I support human rights.
Period. That's just what happens. And so, yeah, I didn't want to be another one of those people who was absolutely crucified on the internet because I tried to save face. And I'm actually so glad I didn't respond because I did. I filmed multiple videos back then. I
And
filmed
this is the one she picked.
Right.
a video in July right after it happened. I filmed a video in August. I filmed a video in September. And I'm so glad that I didn't post those because I wasn't able to smile. I wasn't able to laugh.
This isn't a smiling matter. People are aligning you with a trans hate group.
Kind of wish she did. Oh no, I chipped my nail.
Imagine getting in a video and laughing and smiling when people are like, hey,
Right.
you hate the gays? Like, what the fuck?
I wasn't able to reflect and notice how this was actually has benefited me so much. I have
What?
I thought she was gonna be like, wasn't able to reflect and see how my actions affected other people. But
No, affected me.
no, benefited her.
Benefited, right.
in July right after it happened. I filmed a video in August. I filmed a video in September. And I'm so glad that I didn't post those because I wasn't able to smile. I wasn't able to laugh. I wasn't able to reflect and notice how this was actually has benefited me so much. I have grown, oh my God, an unbelievable amount from this. It has helped me. My skin is so much thicker because of this. It's just, I feel alive. I feel free because you beat me down. You beat me down so far that now, hell yeah, brother. What are you gonna fucking say about me now? So anyway, yeah, there's the video. I'm not anti-LGBTQIA+, and I never was. There you go. So, do you believe me now? You don't. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Bye!
Come back and move forward.
Okay. So, where are you here? There you are. So, you know, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed for her as a content creator because I saw her coming up like when she was much smaller, and that sucks. I am disappointed for her community because I can't imagine being an active viewer still who would be in the gay community or the trans community or whatever watching this.
Right.
I mean, that's such a serious issue, especially if they've supported her monetarily. And, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. It's sad. It's really sad. It's really sad how far she's fallen. It's, you know, and whatever. I don't know. I don't know if she's anti whatever. I don't know. It's, you know, that's for everybody else to judge. I think she did a whole lot of talking, and I think she said a whole lot of nothing.
I agree. I don't really remember anything she said.
Well, she didn't, and that's the thing. She's like, if you believe it or you don't. I mean, I don't know. You guys will have to tell us what you guys think in the comments. What I do want to do is go down here in the comments. We'll go back to here. I want to go in the comments in her video. What is this? I'm addressing it once and for all. Okay. Let's go to her comments. If you guys appreciate today's video, please like and subscribe, the comments, share. These actions may seem futile, but they signal to YouTube that I am a valuable creator and deserve to be pushed out in the algorithm. Thank you so much.
I'm telling you, it's all for the views.
Bro, you know what would have been awesome right here? I'm sorry if I hurt anybody in the trans community. Here's some fucking resources.
Right.
Let's see what people replied to that.
I've been watching you. It's all about the views.
It's gotta be. I've been watching you for years. I just wanted to say I never heard anything about this video, and anyone who actually watches you should have known this was BS. Never give up. Sorry, everyone. What the fuck? Sorry you're going through this. Love you. Oh, there's some of them that I saw a while ago that are gone now. Interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that's interesting. There are some that I saw that I was going to read right now, but that are gone. Do you know what it's like to have hundreds of thousands of people hating you for nothing? Nope. As a queer person, I couldn't even imagine what that's like. It's a great point. Genuinely take the time to reflect about the criticisms and comments because this did not come off well. I agree. Can you reflect on the fact that Kristi owes you nothing? For real, this ain't it at all. If anything, this dug her hole bigger. Oh, well. I agree with her and her sass. Please, how respectful does someone have to be in the face of brazen, harmful lies? Oh, let's see how brave does somebody have to be when people are making signs, don't mess with their kids because they're spreading an agenda that they're turning them fucking trans in their first grade classrooms. What? Didn't know this was a thing until this nasty response. Have supported for her for years now. I'm out. And I got to say, I have heard nothing about RawBeautyKristi forever.
Yeah.
I just unsubscribed and I left and whatever until this video. I think once the exact audience that you claim not to be a part of is the main one siding with you, it says something deeper. That's a good point. That's what you said. Once the exact audience that you claim not to be a part of is the main one siding with you, it's deeper. I think let's see. RBK has been going down the alt-right pipeline for years. At first, it was small things that gave me a bit of a pause, and then they just kept building and building. She's been a paranoid person for years, and that intense fear has made her vulnerable to all. Dumb. Isn't it time for your boost? Jesus Christ. And that's the thing. You know, we go through here and we see you're deleting other comments, but you're not deleting the fucking trans hate comments.
Oh, shoot. After
seeing the woke mob comments from you, I'm getting Esther vibes. Ooh, Esther was a crazy one, too. That's a fun one. All that yapping, but addressed only half of it. I'm not sure it was even half of it. When someone is silent about human rights, it's usually because they don't believe that a human should have them. Boom. We need to say nothing else about this video. That's it. That's it. As a mother of 2 young children in elementary school here in South Mississippi, the only thing that happens here in school, which shouldn't, is prayer. So who's pushing what? Well, I mean...
Wait, the only thing that happens...
is prayer in school. Public schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
And it shouldn't be happening because who do you pray to?
Right.
Imagine if you went to a school in Mississippi and you were like, hey, all right, we pray every day, but now it's different. So today we're going to read a prayer from the Torah. The Christians would be like, fuck! Like you can't, how do you,
right.
you can't have religion in school. There's too many different types of kids. There's too many different types of people. Yeah. And if you're going to respect all their religion, what is the right one?
Right.
And I mean, I think it's so funny because that's the reason that we came to America in the first place, right? Because we were oppressed by the Catholic Church.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So they came over here because they were like, fuck this shit. We're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And so they came over here and they're like, freedom of religion to all. Mm-hmm. And now we're like, religion back in schools. Like, you know? Yeah. But this is great. When someone is silent about human rights, it's usually because they don't believe in the fact that humans should have them. To be honest with you, I watched hoping you'd clear the rumors up, but this just came off as hateful, and purposeful omissions and minimizations of your actions leaves me to think that you do align with the right. At this point, it would probably to be better just to own it, like Amanda Ensing.
I'm saying.
Just to own it.
Also,
this comes off as you didn't actually watch the video.
Because, like, why would people feel the need to say anything and, like, send her comments and stuff if she's literally going to sit there and be like, yeah, like, this is what I believe in. Like, I could care less what you say. Like, I feel like people are trying to, like, get that out of her, and that's why they keep, like, saying stuff about her.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, if she just, like, I don't know.
Just say it. Just say, if you have opinions, just say it out loud. Somebody from Ireland, hi.
Oh, my gosh.
I find it hilarious every time
Ireland.
the Satanic Temple sets up a statue of Baphomet in a public stage right next to a Christian's. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, if we're gonna put religion in schools, you got to do all of them.
Right.
You have all sorts of different people who go.
I mean, that's why they have, like, private schools
right.
for religions.
Right. I've never felt as gaslighted as I did watching this video. I saw you use the term woke mob in the comments. Learning you are MAGA is so disappointing. Even if you aren't actively hating others, you were just fine with them doing it. Totally disgusting. You You really sat down, filmed this, edited it, rewatched the whole thing, and thought, "Yep, that's perfect."
Right.
Didn't think to try again with a little bit less of defensiveness and sarcasm.
At this point, I would have rather had her perform a ukulele song. And
Where's the ukulele?
right.
I want a ukulele. You're mad that 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 looked like 5. Look
What?
at all the individual pieces you had to explain that contributed to painting a full picture. As someone who loved you and your content, it wasn't just about this year. As a previous subscriber who left before this happened, I'm really kind of disappointed. This is me. I mean, I didn't leave this, but this is how I feel.
Yeah.
As a previous subscriber who left before this even happened, I'm really kind of disappointed with this response. I'm not surprised by it, but I am disappointed. The sarcasm and the performed altruism and I don't know, a kind of weaponized incompetence. It's all a little disrespectful and in poor taste for the genuine concerns people had about your actions and what they aligned you with. I completely understand how the internet can take things way too far and exaggerate certain details and overreact. I'm sure some certainly did, and there's absolutely no excuse for their behavior. However, we see now with your own explanation in this response to the simplistic core of all those claims, it's actually still true. You supported and provided space to bigoted organizations that villainize LGBTQIA+ community with Christian nationalist ideology. Also, why the choice in the cross necklace for this particular video feels a bit more like a dog whistle than a coincidence. Your claim of ignorance, the lady sign was in front of the parade, holds no weight because you yourself decided to join that group regardless of signage because your own sister is a part of it and essentially invited you in. But you say that you only chose to because of Candy. You knew what they were already and you joined them anyway. You knew that they were already you knew what they were already and you provided a space for them. You knew all of that and still chose to support or align yourself with them. And this whole time, you still chose silence and complicity instead of explanation over a year and a half. If the truth is supposed to clear up anything, now it would have cleared up everything. I'm sorry. Now it would have cleared up everything then. The issue, Kristi, is that the truth actually doesn't prove any of it wrong. And you knew that then. That's a great point. And I'm going to leave it on that. That is a great point. With that being said, Lil Ham, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
I don't know anything she said, so I don't really have much to say.
I say you come on my live next week. And we'll talk extensively because she's the one who told me about Kira Cousins.
Yes.
I'd like to talk more about Kira.
Crazy.
No, I get it, Moonlight. The whole thing. But anyways, guys, you guys are amazing. I love you guys to death. I got to get out of here. I got to go be a mom. See you Wednesday for the next live. Oh, yeah.
I think this would have been a better apology video.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm not transphobic.
Trans rights. Woo!
I'm just blind.
Woo! I don't mess with the kids. They said don't mess with the kids. I didn't hold the sign.
I just threw out their candy. Woo!
All right. Goodbye, everyone. You guys are great. I have to end the stream. How do I end the
I
stream?
don't know, but the amount of earwax that probably just came out of my